Gao Yan, let me ask you this. If you wiped out your enemy's whole family yourself, but found a child in the house, what would you do? I'd tell him, remember my face. Next time we meet, I won't show mercy. Then I'd turn and leave. Then suddenly turn back and laugh. Kid, we meet again. They must think I'm insane. But half an hour ago, I thought I was insane too. My name is Gao Yang, the best schemer of the 21st century. I woke up on the wall of a duke's estate. You dared answer His Majesty's call for talent? If I don't break your legs today, I'll have shamed our Gao ancestors. The great Qian Empress has just taken the throne. Powerful ministers and vassal kings threaten within. Mighty enemies watch from without. She issued an edict seeking talent across the realm. Those with talent will be promoted. Those without get 30 lashes. At worst, it's deceiving the throne. Yet the former Gao Yang, a spoiled playboy, took down the edict. If I don't enter the palace, Dad will kill me first. If I enter and can't answer, the whole Gao family goes down with me. Father, have you heard of a ruthless strategist? A ruthless strategist? Strategists plan for 3 things: themselves, others, and the realm. The realm is in chaos today. Ordinary means won't work. This is an age for ruthless strategists. That's why I'm here. Not for the realm, but to live through today. My worthless son has no talent and insulted your majesty. I failed to discipline him. Please punish me, your majesty. Why should I punish you? Your majesty, this man is cruel by nature. Once he becomes an official, he will surely harm the people. Great Qian men's blades should kill enemies in battle. They should not kill the old and young. General Wang is right. My blade truly does not kill the old or young. But I have another smaller blade. I'm only human. I can't let future threats go and leave my family anxious for years. To cut weeds, pull the roots. That's what his father taught me first. Of course, turning to leave, then suddenly turning back, was only a joke. If I were in that situation, I'd give him a few silver coins. Then, as General Wang said, say this: my blade does not kill the old or young. And let him go, but secretly watch him. See which relatives he seeks, or who takes him in. Then eliminate them all. A normal person's heart is usually on the left. But some people's hearts are on the right. That stab both sides. And stab the butt too. The Gao family has been warriors for a century. How did it produce such a vicious heir? If he gains power, even the Wang family's earthworms will be caught and split in 2 by him. Is this really my son who only knows how to write big characters? Your Majesty, Minister Gao's son is right. When it's a blood feud, there's no distinction between old and young. I agree. Your first question has pleased me greatly. Looks like this empress isn't seeking a gentleman, but a blade to govern a chaotic age. Perfect. Making blades is what I do best. The first question was only a small test. But becoming an official of Great Qian and speaking for the people, isn't that easy? This empress is really something. If I can cling to her, I'll never worry about food or drink again. Please give me the question, Your Majesty. I'll gladly serve Your Majesty. This question is not just for Gao Yang. My ministers may speak freely as well. Whoever satisfies me will be promoted. You are a tea merchant from out of town. You lease a barren mountain in remote Jiangnan. To grow tea, you must clear the land. But the locals are extremely lazy. Even hired workers are very slack. Tea planting season is near. You can't hire enough people, and they won't work hard. What do? An outside tea merchant in a remote mountain area with lazy locals. It's nearly a dead end. Your Majesty, what is so hard about that? If one wage won't hire anyone, then pay 2 or 3 times more. With enough money, would those peasants dare not work hard? General Wang, you're mistaken. As a merchant, profit comes first. Triple wages. Greatly raise costs. Where does the profit come from? Besides, even if the locals work, if they keep slacking off, and you have no local standing, how will you control them? I hadn't thought it through, but this problem truly has no answer. Across Great Qian, there are countless harder affairs. Are we to just ignore them all? I wouldn't dare. Minister Kui, you're Great Qian's top scholar. You wrote poetry at 8 and mastered the classics at 12. Do you have an answer? Your Majesty, I haven't thought of one yet. Give me one more incense stick's time. I'll give Your Majesty a satisfying answer. Elder Zhou, you are a grand academician of the Hanlin Academy, a giant of Great Qian literature. Do you have an answer? I'm ashamed, Your Majesty. I have no better solution yet. Gao Yang, do you have an answer? All these big names say there's no way. If I blurt it out now, won't I offend them all? That goes against a capitalist's low-key code. Your Majesty, I need to think too. You answered my call for talent. I treat you differently from the others. If you can't figure it out, I'll charge you with deceiving the throne. Where are the black ice guards? The Gao family's century-old legacy will truly be ruined by this wretch. Damn, I went too far. This woman really wants me dead. Your Majesty, I suddenly thought of a few plans that may solve this. That look. Before he proposed killing an entire family, he had that same look. Speak. If your plan pleases me, Gao Yang, you'll be rewarded, not punished. This boy's plan will surely be vicious. From the tea merchant's view, the goal is simple: hire people cheaply and clear the land fast. But the locals are lazy. Even with high pay, the merchant has no influence. The locals will still work on and off to reach that goal. You must exploit human nature. My method is simple. It takes just one scheme. I call this scheme the Marquis game. How do you exploit human nature? And how do you set the scheme? If I were the tea merchant, I'd first offer 3 or 5 times the pay to hire a dozen locals to clear the land. That's it. I thought you had some clever plan. So it all comes down to more money. For the first few days, gather the locals to clear land. If the locals slack off and sleep, just berate them. You have to look panicked, pacing and jumping around. The more clownish, the better. The commoners are lazy by nature. They'll likely defy you in secret. To them, the tea merchant is just a funny monkey. A few days later, I'll bury a few gold pieces in those barren hills. Then the trap is set. Bury gold in barren hills. What a brilliant plan. I've already guessed what he'll do. Bury gold in the barren hills. Once the villagers dig it up, they can't hide it from those working with them. Once they start fighting, I'll act all nervous and pay them silver to keep quiet, so no one comes to fight over it. They'll just think I'm a rich, foolish coward. With that little act, within hours, word of a gold mine will spread through the village. Just 1 or 2 gold pieces will reveal human greed. Anyone who sees gold being dug up will be frantic. And those who find gold will get their whole family to sneak up the mountain. By then, you won't need to pay a cent. The whole village, young and old, will carry hoes and clear land for you overnight. Use gold to lure out greed. Let rumors drive them. What a brilliant scheme. Is this really my useless son? Has he finally come to his senses? Or is he possessed? Brilliant. Use gold to lure out human greed and send the whole village up the mountain. Then just bury gold in different spots. The villagers will believe there's a mine below. Not only does this save a fortune and wages, the villagers will clear land overnight. Minister Gao's son has not disappointed me. Wait, Your Majesty. The scheme isn't over yet. In fact, the cruelest part has just begun. The most vicious part has just begun. In some remote, barren place, where the county magistrate has nothing to skim, he's likely corrupt. Before setting the trap, you can bribe him heavily. With the magistrate's help, the plan will be twice as effective. You unfilial brat, what nonsense is this? No matter. Even if it's just a hypothetical, even in the remote parts of Great Qian, are corrupt officials really so rare? Gao Yan, go on. What happens after bribing the magistrate? Those barren hills, under Great Qian law, are the tea merchant's private property. Villagers digging for gold overnight have already broken the law. If I were the tea merchant, I'd report it to the authorities at once, send officers to arrest them overnight, and make them hand over the gold they dug up. Commoners are jealous. They can't stand seeing others do well. In court, they'll surely report on one another. Every last bit of gold can be recovered. Without spending a cent, you get the villagers to clear the land for free, and even take back the gold they dug up. What a vicious scheme. Bribe the magistrate, then use human evil to reclaim the gold. Though somewhat sinister, it's the most efficient way to clear land. Brilliant. Bribe the magistrate? That's no small sum. At most, the villagers will return the gold. For a little land-clearing money, risk execution to bribe the magistrate? Is it worth it? Lord Kui, whether officials are honest or corrupt, you'll know by visiting the countryside. Who'd be foolish enough to offer real gold right away? And this scheme is even crueler than that. What if the gold is gold on the outside, but copper inside? Lure them into digging with fake gold, then frame them for swapping out real gold. How can people be this vicious? As long as the magistrate cooperates, he can cut open the returned gold on the spot, then turn the tables, and accuse the villagers of swapping the gold. They'd be tortured in court. Gold on the outside, copper on the inside. Ruthless. How could ordinary villagers withstand harsh torture? Just a few rounds of torture, and they'd confess under duress. By then, even if they catch on, it'll be too late. Without silver to repay it, they can only sign themselves over. Tea slaves for life. Of course, if I were the tea merchant, I'd guard against revenge. I'd travel with more guards and promise these tea slaves that if they work another 5 or 10 years, I'd give them their freedom. The harder they work, the sooner they're free. Once I make money and grow the business to make tea transport easier, I could build roads and bridges. I'd claim it's for villagers' travel. I'd even earn a reputation as a great benefactor. Wouldn't that be nice? First, lure them into digging, then frame them into slavery. Finally, use freedom as bait to drain their labor, and even earn a great benefactor's name. This test is about controlling human nature. He not only solved it perfectly, he's 10 times more devious than I imagined. Even if this boy doesn't enter government, he must never go into business, or he'll destroy all the common folk. Such a crafty, sinister man is truly born of my Gao family's century-old military line. Even I scare myself. Your Majesty, time was too short. This plan still has some loopholes. If this commoner had more time, this plan would be even better. This isn't perfect enough. Any more perfect, and those people won't have bones left. This boy is too ruthless. Your Majesty. This is far too sinister. Your Majesty, please. Loyal lamb. I second that. Most of them are my Gao family's political enemies. Do they think I'm dead? Your Majesty, see clearly. As they say, no plan is good or bad. It all depends on the one using it. Though my son's plan is somewhat vicious, he means no harm. The post of Secretariat Drafter is vacant. If this playboy gains power, where would that leave my top scholar's honor? Your Majesty, I agree with Lord Zhou. This plan is too vicious. It must not be adopted. Since you ministers find this plan too vicious, then you ministers have any better plans? In my eyes, no plan is good or bad. A plan that achieves its goal is a good plan. Gao Yang's plan is somewhat vicious, but from a tea merchant's view, it's perfectly reasonable. Even the best approach. Ruling a great state is like cooking a small fish. Corrupt officials across the realm are vicious at heart. Evil people deserve evil schemes. Besides, Gao Yang could devise such a vicious plan in so short a time. That shows his talent. Court is dismissed. I am tired. Court is dismissed. She just ran off. Where's the reward she promised? If not 10,000 taels of gold, at least give me 2 beauties. This empress is so cheap. I've passed my first trial after transmigrating. Though the empress was stingy and gave no reward, at least I kept my life. There's nothing else in my head. But when it comes to nasty schemes, those innocent ancients are no match for me. Father, the empress didn't have me caned, so I've passed this test, right? When we get home, you won't beat me, will you? Your performance today made me very proud. My dad is Vice Minister of Revenue. My grandpa is the military's top man. That's the ultimate second-generation official setup in Great Qian. Given a second life, with such a lofty status, if I don't visit the pleasure houses and save those fallen courtesans, I'd betray my playboy persona. Ow. Dad, what's wrong? Damn, is this old man getting madder? And about to whip me right here. It's my first time being a father, so I'm sure I've fallen short. Don't take it too hard. Wait. What does that mean? Is he afraid I'll con him too someday? I fought for Great Qian for 50 years. Through life and death. Bring me my armor. I will see the emperor. Hey, Duke. Though the young master was reckless before, he never did anything as improper as unveiling the imperial notice. I'm afraid there's someone behind this, helping block me. Children playing around and losing because they're less skilled only brings shame on my Gao family. But today's attack on Younger clearly takes advantage of the new emperor's accession to target my Gao family to protect Younger. I must go to the palace. I wonder how much my face is still worth. My eldest is in the Ministry of Revenue. My second is at the border. My third is in the army. The younger generation is lacking. And my eldest grandson Gao Yang is a complete playboy. The Gao family is on the verge of collapse. Duke, there's good news. And bad news. Good news? Even the insignificant Song family dared to break off the engagement. What good news could my Gao family have now? The young master, in the Golden Hall, passed His Majesty's test. The whole capital is talking about his brilliant plan. What did you say? Younger passed the test? My Gao family wasn't punished. The whole capital is talking about it. Everyone says the young master was hiding his talents. And hiding them well. Good. Like father, like son, a rat's son knows how to dig holes. My Gao Tianlong's bloodline could never truly be a reckless waste. What about the bad news? The bad news is that the young masters Plans were all sinister schemes. Even Her Majesty fell silent after hearing them. How sinister were they? Now the people are all cursing the young master. Vicious beyond belief. Free land clearing. Turning the tables. Seizing people as slaves. Then posing as a great benefactor. This really is my grandson. Too ruthless. Father, how did Her Majesty punish the Duke of Dingo's estate? The engagement was broken off. It was broken off. Duke Dingo never showed up. Vice Minister Gao was furious and said this wouldn't end here. Father, you ask this. Did something happen at court? Gao Yang has been hiding his talents. He has more than a little skill and an extremely vicious heart. The Duke of Dingo's estate escaped danger. Father, why worry? Her Majesty didn't reward him in public. That no final choice has been made. Gao Yang treasures me dearly. Everyone in Chang'an knows it. There's still room to negotiate. Besides, throughout Great Qian, great clans stand everywhere. With my daughter's skills, she can surely find one with the gifts to save the world, far more gifted than Gao Yang, to bring glory to our Song family. Duke Dingo is old, after all. No matter how ruthless Gao Yang is, he can't stand alone. We can't give him up. Qingqing has a point. A daughter of the Song family deserves the best man in the world. That old bastard is likely still trapped in the shadow of my poison scheme. Duke Dinguo heads Great Qian's 6 Grand Dukes. Grandpa Gao Tianlong is a war god with few defeats. This mansion is huge. Awesome. Though the Gao family is declining up north, my status lets me swagger through Chang'an. As long as I cling to the Empress, I'll have it made, now that I've traveled back in time. As a true man, I should make a name for myself. Wonder what post the Empress will grant me. Bro, why aren't you dead? Greetings, father. About Younger, I already know. That brat hit it well. But what happened today isn't just good for him. It's good for the Gao family too. But Her Majesty gave no reward. That means nothing is settled yet. Younger is known as a rascal. Kui Xingge was once the Empress's top choice. Then Younger showed up out of nowhere. Kui Xingge is Great Qian's top scholar. He's versed in the classics and skilled at ruling a state. It's only natural the Empress hesitates. From what I know of Her Majesty, His Majesty has another test for Kui Xingge and Younger. One that concerns governing the realm.
His Majesty's ambition
is no less than the late Emperor's. As father says, if Younger can't beat Kui Xingge, won't he still face punishment? Not necessarily. Father has faith in Younger. I've lived nearly 70 years and served 3 emperors. I've seen every dirty, rotten scheme there is. But someone as ruthless as Younger is a first. He may surprise us again. Still, he's ruined my lifelong reputation. Forget it. As long as I'm alive, I can keep him alive. While I'm still breathing, let him stir things up. That isn't so bad. Father, there's one more matter. Today, Song Li's daughter Song Qingqing came to break off the engagement herself. There is much gossip in Chang'an. What should we do? An engagement to the Duke of Dinguo's household isn't so easy to break. Since the Songs show no mercy, don't blame me for showing none. Throw every Song family junior out of the army. Leave no one. After such a humiliation, even if I go mad,
His Majesty won't say a word.
Enough of that. Life is for enjoying while we can. Come play chess with me. Father, you're Great Kian's chess sage. Picking on a lousy player like me? Isn't that a bit unfair? Ha! You sure know how to talk. Would I bully a junior? I'll give you a one-piece handicap. Father, let's agree first. If one of us loses, no hitting anyone with the chessboard. Your Majesty, are you still thinking about the Vice Minister's son? The rumors in Chang'an are misleading. A scheme that vicious is beyond any ordinary playboy. Even I've never seen such ruthless tactics. Gao Yang's grasp of human nature, especially his insight into its darker side, is downright terrifying. If your Majesty uses him well, Gao Yang could be a rare talent of Great Qian. Then who is stronger, Gao Yang or Kui Shenge? Who can help me build an empire unmatched in history? Kui Shenge of the Kui family. You have that much faith in Kui Shenge? Kui Shenge is not only this year's top scholar, but also a pillar of the realm. His treatise on governance clearly exposes Great Qian's flaws. If your Majesty wishes to build an enduring legacy, Kui Shenge should be your first choice. But I think more highly of Gao Yang. I have a feeling he's the one I've been looking for. Your Majesty, Gao Yang's record is disgraceful. Though he's skilled at manipulating people, when it comes to governing, how can he compare to the top scholar Kui? Who is stronger? One test will tell. This year, disasters have struck many parts of Great Qian. Public anger is boiling. Du Hai, magistrate of Linjiang City, has reported that local grain merchants are hoarding goods, sending grain prices soaring. It can't be contained. Likewise, nearby Qingshui City has also suffered a disaster. Grain prices have skyrocketed. Draft an edict granting Gao Yang of the Duke of Dingguo's household authority as an inspector. He will take charge of all affairs in Linjiang City. Grant Kui Shenge of the Kui family the post of inspector for Qingshui City. He will take charge of all affairs in Qingshui City. I want them to stabilize grain prices as quickly as possible and restore peace to the people. As you command. The edict is ready, Your Majesty. Kui Shenge is prudent and capable. With him in Qingshui City, nothing will go wrong. But at Gao Yang's side, you should go with him. If I've truly misjudged him, step in at once and keep things from getting worse. But this boy does things differently, unless absolutely necessary. Don't interfere. Go deliver the edict. The disaster is urgent. Have them leave at once. I obey, Your Majesty. Father, I will prove to the world that a woman can be emperor too. I won't just make Great Qian strong. I'll conquer the 7 kingdoms and end this 600-year age of chaos. By the mandate of heaven, the emperor decrees. Disaster has struck the realm.
Qingshui City's crisis is urgent.
Kui Shenge of the Kui family has the talent to serve the realm. I hereby appoint Kui Shenge acting inspector to oversee all affairs in Qingshui City and stabilize grain prices at once, to restore peace to the people. Leave immediately. Do not delay. By decree. I, Kui Shenge, accept the decree. I will do my utmost. By His Majesty's order. Lord Kui, please pack lightly and leave at once. Wanner has duties to attend to, so I'll take my leave. That direction leads to Gao Yang at the Duke of Dingguo's residence. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Empress's test for you and that lamb. Whether our Kui family earns the Empress's trust and rises further in Great Qian depends on you. When it comes to schemes, I may not match that lamb, but in governing, 100 of him can't match me. Qingshui City's grain prices will drop within 15 days. Father, await my good news. My son Shenge has the makings of a chancellor. Is this girl worried about me or cursing me? Kids say the darndest things. Kids say the darndest things. Linger, you're killing me. Brother, I heard from the servants that you recklessly accepted an imperial edict and will be executed. Is that true? Big brother, the peach pastries from East Town. You promised Linger you'd buy. Buy them for Linger first. Otherwise, if Big brother gets executed, who will buy them for Linger? Big brother, what are you looking for? Big brother thinks it's time to make your childhood more memorable. Where's my cane? Big brother, Linger was wrong. Don't run. I'll whip you today. Or I'll change my name from Gao Yang to Gao Wan. An imperial edict has arrived. I'll let you off this time. Let's see what the Empress has bestowed. The old man's presence is intense. He receives the edict standing up. Impressive. You brat, just lower your head. Show some respect. Don't be charged with disrespecting His Majesty. That's a grave offense. By the mandate of heaven, the Emperor decrees. Disaster has struck the realm. Linjiang City's crisis is urgent. Gao Yang, grandson of the Duke of Dingguo, has the talent to serve the realm. I hereby appoint Gao Yang acting inspector to oversee all affairs in Linjiang City and stabilize grain prices at once. To restore peace to the people, leave immediately. Do not delay. By decree. Damn, getting close to the Empress was never going to be easy. This jumped straight from theory to practice. She's using a city's people as my training ground. That woman is crazy. Gao Yang thanks your majesty for your grace, Lord Shangguan. With this brat's ability, how can he serve as an inspector? The lives of an entire city can't be left to his recklessness. Compared with Kui Xingye, how could Gao Yang possibly win? This assignment is just for him to go through the motions. Vice Minister Gao, this is all His Majesty's will. You know, His Majesty's temperament. No one can change it. The disaster is urgent. I'll wait outside. Inspector Gao, please pack. And leave quickly. The disaster is urgent. Pack your bags and get moving. This is His Majesty's test for you. Succeed, and you'll soar to new heights. But remember, it's better to do nothing than make a mistake. Then, even if you fail, I can still save your life. Whether it's fortune or a disaster, depends on you alone. Linjiang City is over 200 li from Chang'an. The road will be rough. Mother, I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. Lulo, go with Yanger and look after him. Yes. My mom really gets me. So thoughtful. Big brother, these are peach pastries. Take them and eat them on the road. Brother, you'll be gone at least half a month, maybe a month. Don't worry, brother. The young ladies at Rouge Pavilion in the capital, that you often look after. Your little brother will look after them for you. You brat, get out in 3 breaths. Don't worry. Your women will be well cared for. Father, don't be angry. As they say, an elder brother is like a father. When I return, I'll be sure to discipline Changwen. This is a chance and a crisis. Now, Chang'an is full of hidden currents. If you're not sure, do as your grandfather says. The Gao family can still protect you. Remember, don't ever overreach and let things get out of hand. An eagle must spread its wings someday. If I stay under the family's wing all day, how can I soar the skies and look down on the world? In today's world, talent is needed. If the Empress favors me, I'll restore the Duke of Dingguo's glory for 100 more years. The grain price in Linjiang City will drop within 10 days. Father, stay here in Chang'an and wait for my good news. If I don't destroy those grain merchants profiting off this disaster in Linjiang City, I, Gao Yang, might as well bash my head into tofu.
I'm off.
Heaven has blessed the Gao family after all. My order? Put that brat under house arrest. Until Yang returns, he can't leave the Duke of Dingguo's residence one step, or I'll break all 3 of his legs. Lord Shangun, why are you here?
His Majesty has decreed.
That I go with you to Linjiang City. After all, it concerns a whole city's people. There can be no mistakes. Young Master Gao is indeed clever. No wonder His Majesty thinks so highly of you. If I'm not mistaken, the other one is top scholar Kui, right? How did you know? How much authority do I have on this trip? As an imperial censor, you inspect the realm for His Majesty, with power over life and death. Everything in Linjiang City, from the county magistrate down to the common folk, is at young Master Gao's command, including you. Lord Shangguan, let me see your legs. Young Master Gao, isn't that rather forward? Cough, cough, cough. Young Master, why not make do with his servant's legs first? Wait. Wasn't it you who wanted to see them, young Master? I was only joking. Why did you take it seriously? Just joking. Cough, cough. When will the imperial censor arrive? Don't worry, Magistrate Du. The censor should be here any minute. Grain prices are soaring. The 4 major grain merchants, Qian, Zhao, Han, and Lin, are each more cunning than the last. They all defy us in secret. Grain has risen from 40 cash a dough to 100. That's a full 60 cash increase. The people can't afford it anymore. How can I not be worried? Lord Du, someone's coming from afar. They're finally here. Lord Du, this is the imperial censor personally appointed by the Empress. He's here for Linjiang City's disaster. From this moment on, young Master Gao controls all affairs in Linjiang City. Gao Yang is so young, yet he holds the lives of hundreds of thousands in Linjiang City. Is the court making a joke? I am Du Jiang, Magistrate of Linjiang County. Greetings, young Master Gao. No need for formalities, Lord Du. I lost 2 days on the road. How are things in the city now? This way, young Master Gao. I'll give you a full report. This is 100 times worse than the memorial said. We must lower grain prices and calm the disaster victims. How do we break this deadlock? Young Master Gao, how will you solve this? It's not hard to solve. Yes, please enlighten us, Inspector Gao. With 100,000 people, I thank you, young Master Gao. It's simple. Close Linjiang City's grain stores first. Young Master Gao, are you mocking me? Even with the stores open, we can't hold down the price. If we close them, the price will break 100 cash at once. At such a price, how will the people live? Great Qian has faced non-stop disasters these past years. How much grain is left in Linjiang City's stores? Can it feed 100,000 people for 5 days? No, it can't. But if we close them, the people will afford even less. Young Master Gao, what you suggest is hard for me to accept.
Even if we keep releasing grain.
At 100 cash a dough. How many people can afford it, Lord Du? And I'm not explaining this to you. It's an order. You have no choice. I'll send men to close the grain stores at once and post notices. But think carefully, young Master Gao. Once prices soar in the city, the consequences will be hard to contain. Within 7 days, if prices don't drop, all consequences will be mine alone to bear, even if it costs me my life. Yes, I'll do it now. Come back. Bring me a map of the Linjiang area. How is grain usually transported? By land and water, but the Qing River is fastest, with the least loss. I see, young Master Gao. Have you got a plan? Which grain merchants are the biggest? Qian, Zhao, Han, and Lin. The 4 families have ruled here for a century. During the disaster, they bought up all the grain on the market and led smaller merchants to profit off the crisis. But they're very powerful, and the locals are fierce. We can't crack down by force. Please prepare a fine feast, Magistrate Du. I'll host the 4 families. I've tried that already. Merchants value profit and won't give in easily. Just do it. Then I'll see what young Master Gao can do. Old Lin, Lord Du sent word. The imperial censor has taken over Linjiang City and summoned us to a banquet. It's likely about lowering grain prices. Why fear a mere banquet? Does it drop just because he says so? Linjiang City's granaries have little grain left. Whatever the government releases, we'll buy it all. Not only won't grain prices fall, we can raise them to 110 cash. If we seize this chance, our descendants will never want for anything. I've heard the censor is very young and came from Chang'an. He has a powerful background. What if we anger him? After all, the law rules the land. Still, we should give the imperial censor some face. It's 100 cash a dough now. At tonight's banquet, we'll lower it by 5 cash. Those 5 cash are more than enough face for him. Whoever blocks my path to profit will not get away with it. We follow old Lin's lead. Change into a plain robe and come to the banquet with me. Old Lin, what a brilliant move. Young Master Gao making those old foxes cut prices is harder than killing them. At most, they'll cut 5 cash. 5 cash is their limit. Stay calm, Magistrate Du. You're already in a panic. How can you stabilize grain prices? Then I'll wait and see. Lord Censor, the heads of the Qian, Zhao, Han, and Lin families have arrived. Send them in. I've heard the 4 great families have dominated Linjiang for a century and are rich beyond measure. So why, upon seeing you today, do you look so poor? Inspector Gao, you don't understand. Heavy rains have struck Linjiang City, and refugees fill the streets. It breaks our hearts. We've been giving out porridge day after day and spending huge sums on relief. Now we can't make ends meet. We are loved by the people. How can we just stand by? But after giving so generously, we're nearly out of food and money. Shameless. You keep hundreds of idle servants, and your granaries are piled high with grain. Yet you dare cry poor here? The 4 family heads are so noble and care deeply for the people. I admire you, but the Empress assigned me to stabilize grain prices. With Lord Yuqi here, the Lin family will show our sincerity. We'll cut 5 cash and sell grain at a loss. So will we. We'll cut 5 cash. That forced them to turn on you, huh? Let's see how you handle this now. This kid sure has a big appetite.
8 cash.
What do you think, Lord Censor? I want the grain in your hands. Raise to 150 cash a dough. 150 cash? It may only go up, not down. Whoever dares sell grain for less than 150 cash. I'll kill him. I thought he'd haggle with those old foxes. Instead, he blew past their bottom line. He raised it from 100 to 150 cash. He won't even allow lower prices. Is he trying to starve all of Linjiang City's people to death? If you challenge it on the spot, you're disrespecting Lord Shengguan and me. We came to Linjiang City to lower grain prices, didn't we? He doesn't even care about His Majesty's review. Instead of cutting prices, why raise them to such a terrifying high? I've seen the scheming and vicious kind, and the upright, incorruptible kind. But a madman who does the exact opposite is a first for me. Censor Gao, perhaps I'm getting old. My hearing isn't what it was. What did you just say? We must not sell grain below 150 cash per dough? Is what I mean that hard to understand? 150 cash per dough. Whoever dares sell grain below that price, if I find out, will lose their head. Do you all understand now?
Lord Censor.
Will this be posted as an official notice? Yes. Post the notice and announce it citywide. Then it'll be set in stone. Otherwise, if that brat changes his mind, we'll be the ones getting burned. After this meal, the notice setting a 150 cash minimum grain price will cover every street in Linjiang City. Ha! A fortune has fallen into our laps. Old Lin, what's this new censor up to? Raising prices instead of lowering them. Could this be a trap?
I've lived half a lifetime.
I've seen it all. But never have I seen grain prices fall again after soaring. Whatever Censor Gao is plotting has nothing to do with us. Making a killing now is what matters. With a chance like this, our families won't worry for a century. No matter how chaotic Linjiang City gets, that's the county office's problem. A huge fortune is right before us.
If you're still hesitating,
You're fools beyond saving. Calm down, old Lin. I've just never seen such a good deal. The Qian family follows the Lin family. The four great families of Linjiang stand together. We'll follow old Lin. Before the county notice is posted, buy up at 100 cash. All loose grain on the market. Then wait for the notice. Grain won't stop at 150 cash. In troubled times, grain prices have no ceiling. When people can't survive, they'll sell everything to buy it. Censor Gao, will you really post notices across Linjiang City? Telling the grain merchants would be enough. Why post notices too? Once the notice is out, there's no turning back. Do you know the consequences, sir? Within 10 days or half a month, Linjiang City will become a living hell. Countless people will starve to death. They may even trade children for food. I am 36 years old. I've always stood proud. I've never begged anyone. But today I beg you, sir, revoke this order. 150 cash. How can ordinary people afford it? Du Zhang is a good official. I must recommend him for promotion in the capital. But the price cut plan can't leak at all. Lord Du, do as I say. The rest is none of your concern. Why don't they eat meat? That's exactly it. Why don't they eat meat? A spoiled brat from Chang'an. What does he know of common suffering? Lord Du, to lower grain prices, you don't always force them down. The harder you compress a spring, the harder it snaps back. 7 days from now, everything will be fine. I won't gamble with lives. Lord Du, show me around. This government office is badly run down. In a few days, once prices fall, we can renovate it properly. People can barely survive, and he wants to renovate the office? How is that different from exploiting the people? Madman. He's a total madman. Lord Shengguan, will you really watch Linjiang's people suffer? If it were anyone else, I'd stop him. But he even came up with the Marquis's gambit. Is he really just fooling around? Her Majesty has decreed that all matters in Linjiang City are for young Master Gao to decide. But if things become urgent and uncontrollable, I will step in. By then it'll be too late. Bring me brush and ink. I'll send an urgent memorial overnight. Impeach this scoundrel. Last night, an urgent dispatch came from Linjiang City. That brat Gao Yang raised grain to 150 cash. He even plans to renovate the office. He says prices will fall in 7 days, while recklessly courting disaster. What is he trying to do? Your Majesty. I impeach Gao Yang, grandson of the Duke of Dingguo. Gao Yang has your Majesty's trust, yet colludes with merchants. He ordered that grain in Linjiang City not be sold below 150 cash per dough, and it plans to renovate the government office. This is utter folly. I ask your Majesty to punish him severely. As a warning to others, 150 cash. Has that fool lost his mind? Didn't I tell him not to show off? 150 cash per dough. Given time, corpses will cover the ground. A living hell. I agree with Dr. Yan. Please punish him severely, Your Majesty. Guanyan Commandery has no harvest at all. At such a high price, it could spark massive public outrage. Please stop it in time, Your Majesty, before irreversible harm is done. I second the motion. The Duke of Dingguo's grandson is unconventional. Since I promised that he has uncommon talent, he must be judged by uncommon standards. It's only been 2 days. Why are you all so anxious? Perhaps he'll deliver a satisfying result to lower grain prices, who raises them sky high. Gao Yang is an incompetent fool. How can he handle such a task? General Wang, are you questioning my judgment? I would never dare, Your Majesty. Linjiang City won't descend into chaos. I've already made arrangements. Since Magistrate Du says Gao Yang vowed to lower prices in 7 days, then give him 7 days. My decision is final. Say no more. Court is dismissed. Court is dismissed. "7 days? Even with divine powers, he can't fill this bottomless pit. The people of Linjiang City are doomed. Censor Kui, did something happen in Linjiang City? You'd only been there 1 day, yet you forced grain merchants to cut prices by 10 cash. Did things go badly in Linjiang City? Gao Yang, the Duke of Dingguo's grandson, has arrived. His first order in Linjiang City was that the 4 major grain merchants must not sell below 150 cash per dough. 150 cash, that will drive people to death. The Duke of Dingguo holds immense power. Instead of using his influence to force merchants to lower prices, Gao Yang raised prices even further. The Empress actually made me compete with such trash. It's a tremendous insult. I've devoted myself to statcraft. He spends every day in pleasure houses. What makes him fit to compete with me? Issue my order. Tell the city's grain merchants not to get too greedy. Grain prices in Qingshui City must drop another 8 cash. 82 cash per dough. If you show me this courtesy, when I return to Chang'an as a secretariat secretary, I'll remember this favor.
If not,
We'll each use our own methods. It'll have to drop another 8 wen. 82 wen is still expensive, but if folks tighten their belts, they can at least survive. What a brilliant move. Censor Kui is truly gifted. Ease up, then tighten down. A smack first, then a sweet reward. That's the way to govern. Great Qian is blessed to have Censor Kui. It's a blessing for the nation. Qingshui City drops 8 wen, while Linjiang City charges 150 wen or even more. I, Kui Shenge, am destined to shine across Chang'an. 180 wen per dough. How are we supposed to live? You corrupt dog! Do you think this is what I wanted? My lord, it's the 7th day. The grain price hasn't fallen. It's risen to 200 wen instead. That's 50 wen above the posted price. If this continues, the people will riot, and chaos is sure to follow. What can I do? My impeachment memorial was rejected. His Majesty ordered us to follow the decree. Where is Censor Gao? The 7-day deadline is up. I want to see how he lowers the price. After staking his life on it. He's at Wagwo Temple. He went to the temple again? He won't open the granaries or release grain. For 7 days, he's either toured Kingshui River or prayed. Linjiang City is about to explode, and he's still praying to the gods. Lord Gao, your understanding of Buddhism is profound. I've learned much from you. Master, please wait. I'll return tomorrow with more incense money. Censor Gao, it's been 7 full days. The grain price in Linjiang City hasn't dropped. It's soared to 200 won per do. Every day, desperate people beg outside the county office. If this continues, the situation will surely spiral out of control. Aren't you afraid? What have the 4 grain merchants been doing? Since the notice went up, the 4 families have spent a fortune buying up grain at 100 wen a tael. They've swept up all the small merchants' loose grain. They're hoarding it now. They won't sell it for 150 wen, or even 200 wen per do. They won't sell at all. They're waiting for the people to run out of grain. Then they'll drive the price sky high. They've converted all their silver into stored grain, and still refuse to sell. Good. Very good. Those greedy pigs have finally put all their chips on the table. Lord Du, hire workers in droves tomorrow. Begin renovating the government office. And post a public notice. I'm going to hold a grand dragon boat race on Kingshui River. Whoever takes first place will have 3 years of business taxes waived. The people are starving to death. They're starving. Not only are you launching a huge construction project, you're holding a sports event too. You're driving Linjiang City to its death. The people can barely survive, and you still want to squeeze them to renovate the office? Are you trying to kill them? I will carry it out. But, Censor Gao, even though you're the Duke of Dingguo's grandson, this catastrophe is too great for even you to bear. Young Master Gao, what are you planning? If you won't tell me the truth, I'll have no choice but to take over Linjiang City for you. Lord Shengguan, make your move. If a mutiny breaks out, we'll be in deep trouble. You don't believe in Buddha. The believers in Chang'an are all fanatics. You're not. Your visits to temples these past days weren't sincere. Renovating the county office makes even less sense. You'll return to Chang'an eventually. Why take the blame for something so foolish? You must come clean about all this. Lord Du, do you remember what I asked you 7 days ago? To lower grain prices. You don't have to force them down. But merchants are greedy. Unless they suffer heavy losses, why would they stop? The 4 major grain dealers have joined forces. Even if we force them, how much can they cut? 8 coins? 18? Even if it falls to 80 coins a do, how many commoners can afford it? For ordinary people, 100,000, 150, or 200 coins. Makes no difference, because they can't afford any of it. But if the government bans grain sales below 150 coins, who will that attract? Grain merchants from elsewhere. The Qian, Zhahan, and Lin families swept up the local grain. They think they can monopolize the whole city. Every merchant is greedy. News of Linjiang's sky-high grain prices has spread through every nearby prefecture. These past days at the gates and docks, grain shipments by wagon and ship have surged. Linjiang has long had plenty of grain. The current price is just a huge bubble. It looks big, but one poke bursts it. These merchants want to profit from a national crisis. This time, I'll ruin them all. Then why is Your Honor renovating the county office and holding a dragon boat race? Why? You'll find out in a few days. For the people, even at 50 coins a do, they still need money to buy it. I am at fault. Not only was I foolish, I even impeached you. That impeachment a few days ago was nothing. Don't dwell on it. Your Honor, just an hour ago, I wrote another urgent dispatch And it was even harsher and more heated. That old bastard writes damn fast. Chang'an is going to explode now. I'll write a letter right away and send it to Chang'an by fast horse. Young Master Gao, don't worry. Lord Shangguan, tonight take His Majesty's decree and draw a unit from the troops outside the city. Fill sacks with dirt and sand and bring them here overnight. Remember, the news must not leak. Leave it to me.
Today
Is the grain merchant's last celebration. Tomorrow, I'll show them what real despair is. Report. Urgent news from Kingshui City. Grain prices have dropped to 82 coins. Top scholar Kui says he can cut another 7. Top scholar Kui's talent is admirable. He cut prices by 18 coins so quickly, without using brutal means. He truly deserves the title of top scholar. I ask your majesty to reward Kui Shingai. My Song family truly struck gold with this son-in-law. He stabilized grain prices in just 7 days. His methods are impressive. I ask that top scholar Kui be made an example. Kui Shingai is a capable man of action. He can be given an important post. Kui Shingai's answer is flawless. If that little bastard Gao Yang screws up, where will that leave the Duke of State's honor? Report. Latest urgent news from Linjiang City. Grain prices in Linjiang have passed 200 coins a dough. The people are furious. County Magistrate Du Zhang of Linjiang sent a second urgent dispatch. Censor Gao Yang of the Four Rivers. Let prices pass 200 coins. The news is confirmed. It's over. It's all over. That bastard wants to send the whole family to the chopping block. Magistrate Du reports. Censor Gao has not lowered prices. He cruises daily and worships Buddha. He's also ordered major renovations to the county office and plans a dragon boat race on the Kingshui River. Outrageous! In a year of disaster, the people have no food, yet he renovates the county office on the cheap. Such a heartless madman. How can I tolerate him? Breaking off that engagement was absolutely right. The Gao family is finished. I beg your majesty to severely punish the Duke of State's grandson, to calm public outrage. I second the motion. I second the motion. Duke of State. I, Gao Tianlong, greet your majesty. Rise, Duke of State. Thank you, your majesty. The grain spike and the county office renovations were both reported 2 days ago. In 2 or 3 days, Linjiang won't fall into chaos. Could we wait another 2 or 3 days? The Duke of State has spoken. Who would dare say more? Grain in Kingshui is only 82 coins. Here it's actually 220 coins. Those damned grain dealers won't sell and are hoarding grain, waiting for prices to rise. Are they trying to force us to die? That bastard official Gao the Skinner. That corrupt Gao is colluding with grain dealers, drinking our blood. Folks, we're dead either way. We might as well fight them. We can't hold them back much longer. We can't hold them back much longer. That bastard official Gao. Lord Du, you've paced over a dozen laps this morning. You've nearly made me dizzy. My lord, with all this public anger outside, how can you sit still? I can't sit still. With nerves like yours. There are few like you in this world. Lord Du, weren't you furious just days ago? Didn't you want to swallow young Master Gao whole? Why are you so respectful now? Are you possessed? Lord Du, bring the Linjiang County seal. The fish is in the net. Time to kill it. My lord, you can close the net now. Urgent. Post a public notice immediately. Open every grain storehouse in Linjiang and release the grain. Sell it all at 105 coins a dough. Make sure this notice reaches every street and alley. Yes. Lord Shangguan. Effective immediately. Send troops to take over the docks. No cargo ship may leave the city. Anyone who disobeys will be executed. At all 4 gates of Linjiang, station heavy guards. Not one grain of food may leave the city. As you command, my lord. Ruthless, so ruthless. Release cheap grain to hit the market, while sealing the gates and docks. Shut the door and beat the dogs. Those hoarding grain merchants will go insane. My lord, I have a concern. If we open the storehouses and sell grain, we don't have enough grain in ours. If the city dealers hold out for a few days, once our stores run dry, what then? Please enlighten me, my lord. Lord, do. Have you forgotten the disaster relief grain that was brought in from outside the city? Brilliant, my lord. But the Qian, Shao, Han, and Lin families have ruled for a century. Their influence runs deep. They likely know exactly what's in our granaries. I know. They can hold out. But can those outside grain dealers and the small local dealers hold out too? Sell first and profit. Sell later and go bankrupt. Don't sell, and you're guaranteed losses from the round trip, the waste, and huge costs. You can avoid a scheme. But how do you avoid an open plan? Too vicious. He wants to turn the outside grain dealers and a sell-off stampede by small grain dealers. Force the 4 big grain firms to sell too. I'll see to it right away. Wait. The granary is low on grain. Don't sell it too fast. Have the people line up to buy. Register each household. Stall for time. Then spread word that His Majesty ordered disaster relief and sent 100,000 cartloads of grain to Linjiang City. I hate grain dealers who profit off disasters most. So we'll bankrupt every last one. The grain limits may last 10 days, or maybe half a month. Depends on my mood. My lord, this plan is vicious. Those grain dealers crossed paths with you. They're cursed for 10 lifetimes. Linjiang City's grain prices will likely crash. This kind of fake news. Out-of-town grain dealers may not believe it. Lord Shangguan, you're wrong. You still don't understand human nature. These out-of-town dealers travel dozens of miles to sell grain. They lose at least 1/10 on the road. They also pay laborers wages and meals. Every extra day drives their costs up. Even if they hold out and don't sell, shipping it back costs a fortune. At a time like this, even the slightest rumor will put them on edge. They'll panic at everything. And the real power of this scheme is the stampede. The first to sell can still profit. The latecomers won't get a drop. Corrupt officials and crooked merchants are ruthless. Normal methods can't handle them.
His Majesty once said,
Fight evil with evil. Kui Shenge tried everything and only got it down to 82 wen. With Gao Yang's vicious schemes, how low will grain prices fall? At a time like this, even the slightest rumor will put them on edge. They'll panic at everything. And the real power of this scheme is the stampede. The first to sell can still profit. The latecomers won't get a drop. Young master, you wouldn't sell me someday and have me count the money for you, would you? Do I look like that kind of man? You little thing, what are you thinking about all day? Come massage my shoulders. If it feels good, I'll take you for osmanthus cakes later. Young master, sit down. A century-old Jiang family. How could it produce someone so foul-hearted? But this does feel great.
Honey.
There's a clay jar under the bed. It has our last bits of silver. After I'm gone, leave town at night and go back to your parents' home. Pretend you never had me. Marry anyone who can keep you fed. So many people in Linjiang City. Why should you be the one to die? Gao Yang is a court official. There are guards outside his office. You can't even get through the gate. Coarse grain was 50 wen. Now it's been driven up to 220 wen. The neighbors are nearly out of tree bark to eat. If I don't go, we'll starve to death at home in days. That Chang'an playboy, Gao Yang, won't release grain in a disaster year. Instead, he's rebuilding the county office. He's using us, the people of Linjiang City, as paving stones. Wait, the neighbors say Lord Gao has powerful backing. What if he isn't corrupt, but has another plan? Can we hold on 2 more days? Another plan? Ha! If Gao Yang really has what it takes to bring down these crushing grain prices and leave me a way to live, I'll serve him like a beast of burden for life. But he can't. Even if it costs me my life today, I'll make him answer to the whole city. By order of the imperial censor, post the proclamation. From this moment on, open the granaries and sell grain. Just 105 coins per bushel. No limit on quantity. Folks may line up and buy. What? 105 coins. Compared with the current 220 coins, that's a full 115 coins less. It really dropped. They're opening the granaries. They finally opened the granaries. I'm going to check the granary. They're really selling grain. Old Ling grain in Linjiang is already 220 coins. Aren't we making our move?
Hey, what's the rush?
As long as our 4 families stand together, we can corner the grain market. We'll make a fortune. We must sell for at least 250 coins a bushel. 250 coins? Though that's only 30 coins more. With the huge stockpile we have, we'll make at least several 100,000 taels more. Oh, Lin, this is bad. What is it? The county office suddenly posted a notice. They're selling cheap grain at 105 coins a bushel. The people rushed over at the news. There's a long line outside the granary. It stretches out of sight. What? That punk Gao is playing dirty.
He's clearly trying to set us up.
Oh, Ling, what do we do? Great Qian has suffered one disaster after another. Grain prices have soared. How much grain can Linjiang's granary have? Can it feed 100,000 people? Right. Harvests have been poor for years. The granary must be nearly empty. The county office is just bluffing. They want to scare us into dumping our grain and drive down prices. I underestimated that spoiled brat from Chang'an. He's quite sneaky. Grain prices in Linjiang cannot fall. Not until we've sold all our stock. Since he's opening the granaries. However much he sells, we'll buy it all. I'd like to see how much grain he has. Our fates are tied together. We'll follow Old Lin. We pledge to follow Old Lin. We'll buy the county office dry. Reporting, sir. Among those buying grain, there's a group of unfamiliar faces. They're buying grain in bulk and stirring up trouble everywhere. They claim the granary has no grain at all, throwing the people into panic. Please decide at once, sir. It must be the 4 major grain merchants. If grain prices crash, they'll be hit first. They're trying to buy it all up to keep their monopoly. Have the major shops in town cut prices? I've had people watching them. They're holding firm above 200 coins. They haven't cut prices yet. What do we do? If they keep buying like mad, our small stockpile will be gone by noon. Pass the order. Throw out those troublemakers. Slow down grain sales. Wait, they want chaos. If you do that, you'll give them what they want. I've changed my mind. Since they're rich enough to buy everything, then let them. I'd like to see how much they can swallow. At this rate, sir, the granary will soon be emptied. The other grain merchants are still waiting. Grain prices are still sky high. We can't do this. Merchants waiting to see. Is only natural. Opening the granaries is only the first step. Lord Shangguan, seal the city gates and docks at once. Order the troops outside the city to escort grain in. Get it into the granary. Anyone who dares approach, kill them on the spot. Make sure everyone in the city sees. A steady stream of grain entering Linjiang. As long as we hold this grain through today and bring market prices down even further, we've won. They can't buy it all. Do as I say. Keep selling. Yes, sir. At the sight of this token, treat it as the emperor himself. Seal the city gates at once. Not one grain may leave the city. Defy this order and you die. By imperial command. Grain. That's grain. The court's disaster relief grain is here. The relief grain really arrived. Grain prices are really going to fall. By imperial decree, Guanyang Prefecture has suffered a great disaster. 100,000 cartloads of grain have been approved for relief. This is the first shipment to Linjiang. There's enough for everyone. Take as much as you need.
What?
100,000 cartloads of relief grain. Idiots! A bunch of idiots. That's not grain at all. It's definitely filled with dirt or sand. They think they can fool me with that petty trick. Fools, buy up everything. Once his granary is empty, let's see how he handles it. The grain merchants in town aren't fools. They won't believe it. We should have dumped it at 200 coins. Now we're trapped. What if the out-of-town merchants believe it? We must hurry. Give it everything we've got. We stand together. The city gates are temporarily restricted. Grain shipments can't leave for now. How can we keep business moving? Men and horses cost money every day. Every extra day adds to the cost. We bought it for 70 coins. With shipping, it cost 80 coins. At 105 coins now, we can still make 25 coins. Keep waiting and we'll lose everything. That bastard plays dirty. If he sells, so will I. 93 coins. Cheap clearance sale. It's 93 coins now. 93 coins over here. Instead, I am truly impressed. Now that the outcome is settled, I'll report to the Empress at once and ask her to reward you. This is enough to answer to Chang'an. Answer? 93 coins a bushel. Lord Du, you underestimate the stampede effect. These out-of-town grain merchants only fired the first shot. The real crash hasn't even begun. You mean the 4 local families, sir? Impossible. The 4 families are tightly united. They're solid as one. They'll never dump their grain. Solid as one? Lord Du, remember this. Whether it's 100 years from now or 1,000, it will still hold true. Living together is easy. Dying together is hard. Sharing wealth is easy. Sharing hardship is hard. In this world of profit, there are no friends when profit is at stake. Falling grain prices are inevitable. No one can stop it. The 4 families may seem close. But when bankruptcy looms, will they really stay united? Your words, sir, have enlightened me. I finally understand. Thank you for your guidance, sir. First, post notices to drive grain prices sky high. Lure greedy outside merchants to bring in grain. Once the city is full of grain, open the granaries and cut prices. That sparks a panic sell-off among outside merchants. The best part is, at 105 coins, you left them room for profit. The first to run make money. The last to run are ruined. This forces them to slash prices. Your Excellency's open scheme. I am utterly impressed. Young Master Gao's methods are unfathomable. But I'm curious. What if those out-of-town grain merchants don't panic sell? How would this end? It's human nature. It simply can't be stopped. The out-of-town grain merchants who came these past 7 days all faced different hardships. Some lost everything and want to come back. Some borrowed usury loans to profit off the spread. Just the shipping costs for these few dozen miles are a mountain to them. People can't unite. A panic sell is inevitable. Besides, if no one really sells, then I'll die to atone for it. The worst is losing my head. What's the big deal? Your Excellency, your calm before disaster, has my deepest respect. Oh, since Lord Gao isn't even afraid of death, why, since the notices went up, have you kept the Imperial Guards at your side? And why are you still wearing armor under that robe? Are you sure you're not afraid of stirring public anger and getting stabbed to death by some thug? There's more. Young Master even has me sleep outside his door at night. never leaving his side.
Uh,
Ahem. I can't mess with that woman. Shangguan Waner. Luo Luo, you little brat. How dare you expose me? Ahem. Just wait till I get back. Oh, young master, I'm sorry. The outcome in Linjiang City is set. No need to watch anymore. Just wait for the crash. The Duke of Dingguo's grandson. It's kind of interesting. Once this news reaches the capital today, the whole court will be stunned. Now that outside merchants have cut prices to 93 cash per dough. Lord Do, have your men buy up all the 93 cash grain on the market. Use the money we just made selling. After buying it all, post another notice. Say the county granary is well stocked, and cut another 15 cash. Only 90 cash per dough. Brilliant, truly brilliant. I'll do it at once. In my past life, I watched ruthless traders fleece people. Today, I finally got to try it myself. Sell at 105 cash. Force them to crash down to 93, then buy it back. Then drive it down again to 90. Back and forth like this. I get the grain for free. And make over 10 cash per dough. This is why capitalists have fun. It's downright intoxicating. Grain prices have dropped as low as 93 cash per dough. Big merchants are dumping grain. 93 cash. 93 cash. Down 127 cash. Gao Yushi.
Gao Yang.
Elder Lin, this is bad. Grain outside is down to 93 cash a bushel. Impossible. None of our 4 houses has sold any. We just spent hundreds of thousands on grain. How could grain be this cheap? Just a few small grain traders. Can't affect the big picture. Say that nonsense again, and I'll have you beaten to death. It's out-of-town grain traders. Countless outside traders slipped into town these past 7 days. They don't play by the rules. They're dumping grain at bargain prices. At this rate, it'll soon drop below 90 cash. Bullshit. Our 4 houses rule Linjiang City. Where'd all these outside traders come from? The imperial proclamation. The rumor of 100,000 bushels of relief grain. The sealed city gates. Outside grain traders. I understand now. That brat Gao Yang is so vicious and cunning. Elder Lin, what do you understand? Tell us, quickly. I've hunted hawks all my life, only to be blinded by a sparrow. Ha! Elder Lin, stop keeping us in suspense. What is Censor Gao trying to do? Posting the proclamation, forcing us to sell grain at high prices. Do you really think Gao Yang is an idiot? Who'd hand us a fortune? When grain hit 150 cash, or even 200 cash. Besides us, who else would profit? Who else would it draw in? Outside traders from nearby counties. He wanted to raise prices, to lure outsiders to sell grain in Linjiang. Elsewhere in Guangyang, it's at most 100 cash. Gao Yang pushed it above 150 here. Those outside traders would surely swarm in like sharks smelling blood. Exactly. Once outside traders flood Linjiang, he'll open the granaries. He'll sell at 105 cash, leaving them a profit margin. Fearing their grain will rot in storage, they'll dump it in a panic. Then grain prices will crash. How foolish of us not to see it. We even paid a fortune for the county's old grain.
Gao Yang.
What a vicious bastard. Elder Lin, the county posted another notice. It says the granaries are well stocked. The censor cares for the people and has cut it to 90 cash a bushel. 90 cash. The censor wants us dead. There's more. I saw county men in plain clothes, using the money from their grain sales to buy up grain at 93 cash. We bought his grain for 105 cash. He uses our money to buy market grain at 93. Then he sells it for 90, going back and forth. He gets grain for free and still makes over 10 cash off us.
Elder Lin.
This fight isn't over yet. The outside traders don't have much stock, and the county granaries are full of sand. As long as we stand together and hold the line, not selling a single grain, even if prices return to just 100 cash, we can still make a killing. But if we dump our grain, Linjiang City is truly finished. Elder Lin is right. Such a clumsy scheme is full of holes. Our 4 great houses stand together. As long as we hold the grain, we may yet win this fight. I'll return and give the order at once. Hold the granaries. Farewell. Don't worry, Elder Lin. Our 4 houses are like brothers. We'll never hurt others for no gain. Elder Lin, I'll tell the Lin shops at once. Don't lower prices by a single cash. Fight them to the end. Idiots! Secretly dump it as fast as you can. At 90 cash a bushel. No, 87 cash a bushel. Crash the market now. 87 cash. If this grain gets stuck in our hands, the Lin family's century-old legacy is finished. Go. Hold. Return home. Anyone who doesn't sell is a fool. Who knows how many outside traders flooded Linjiang? I've bet my whole clan's fortune on this. We might survive this year. But what if next year brings a good harvest? The normal price is 30 cash. I'll have to jump in the river. We must sell before old Lin does, and dump it as fast as possible. Elder Lin, the Qian, Shao, and Han families are secretly dumping grain. They're cutting prices harder than us. Those bastards. I knew they couldn't be trusted. Good thing I kept a card up my sleeve. Otherwise, they'd have ruined me. My order? All Lin rice shops must match the price cuts. Sell it off, even at a loss. I've lost this fight, Gao Yang. I've ruled the world all my life, yet lost to a green kid like you. If this overpriced grain stays in our hands, the Lin family will be ruined next year. I can't be the sinner who destroys this family. 87 cash. The Lin family, 87 cash clearance sale. The Qian family, 85 cash. As much as you want. Outside traders are hemorrhaging money. 80 cash. Just 80 cash. Report. My lord, Linjiang grain prices have fallen to 90 cash a bushel. Report. My lord, grain has fallen to 86 cash a bushel. Report. It's down to 80 cash a bushel. Report. It has dropped below 75 cash. Linjiang grain is down to 75 cash a bushel. This tea is good. When you return to Chang'an, I'll prepare some for you, my lord. Of course, out of my own pocket. Strictly a personal gift. No tea, give me the cash instead. I hate this sort of tacky thing most. We're officials. Let's be direct. Censor Gao. Ha, Superior Du, look at you. You're far too nervous. Do I look like someone who takes bribes? I was only joking with Lord Du. Lord Gao, I am still curious. Even if the 4 grain houses bought cheap, why would they panic sell like this? If they held firm, outside traders alone couldn't have driven it down this far. The 4 grain houses united for profit and will split apart for profit. That's human nature. Great Qian has suffered disasters for 3 straight years. To them, next year is far more likely to bring a good harvest. Once the grain can't be sold, it rots in their hands. When new grain arrives next year, prices will crash to 30 cash. They'll lose everything. Sell first and you live while others die. Sell late and others live while you die. What if they secretly swore that none of them would sell? A verbal pact? What a joke. Everyone suspects the others. If I don't sell, will he secretly sell? If he sells behind my back, wouldn't I be finished? That's called the chain of suspicion. A panic sell-off is inevitable. But even I didn't expect. They're fighting like mad. They're out to kill each other. Thank you for your guidance, sir. From the moment he posted that sky-high price notice, the townspeople, outside grain merchants, and the 4 great families, he had them all figured out. The Duke of Dingguo's estate produced such a masterful young talent, such a strategy that reads human nature. Came from someone who, upon getting in the carriage, wanted to look at my legs, that Laker. Report. Latest news. The Qian, Shao, Han, and Lin families have completely fallen out. The Qian family was first to cut grain prices to 70 cash per dough. 70 cash?
Kui Xingye in Kingshui City.
Could only get it down to 82 cash with all his might. He got it down to 70 cash. That's 12 cash lower. Grain prices in Linjiang City have fallen. My task is complete. I'm heading back to Chang'an. The rest is up to Lord Du. Lord Gao, you're leaving already? I haven't properly hosted you yet. This is a personal letter from the abbots of the temples I've visited these past few days. Once the county office renovations begin, send someone to deliver them. Renovate the county office, sir? In the midst of this disaster, why start such a huge project? The crisis in Linjiang City. What's the root cause? Is grain too expensive? Is it a poor harvest? No, the people lost their income and have no money. For the poor, 50 cash and 200 cash are no different. Because they don't have even 1 cash. Lowering grain prices is only emergency relief. Renovating the county office. Holding major events. Making the wealthy pay. Giving the people work and money to earn. That's how we survive this disaster. Treat the public as you would your majesty. You have the talents of a great minister, sir. With your aid, your majesty, we'll surely create a golden age for great Qian. Enough flattery. Remember this. Never raise wages out of pity for the people. That would backfire. Drive away employers and leave more people starving. I'll remember every word. Luo, pack up. We're going back to Chang'an. Something feels off. Why does he seem to be running away? Lord Du, word travels slowly. More outside grain merchants will reach the docks in the next few days. Crush them all. Make them take a loss. Ruthless, too ruthless. Those merchants thought they were coming to strike gold, but they jumped into a fire pit. But remember, grain prices can't keep dropping. Otherwise, people will wait for them to fall further and won't buy. There needs to be some fluctuation. Thank you for your instruction, young Master Gao. This is some local tea from Linjiang City. Please accept it, young Master Gao. It's a small token of my thanks.
Lord Du, you're very thoughtful.
It's a long road ahead. Chang'an awaits your good news. Let's go.
Sir,
That box holds 3 full years of your salary.
and Lord Shangguan is right beside you.
What if Her Majesty finds out? What 3 years' salary? That's Linjiang City's specialty tea. I've been upright all my life. I've never oppressed the people, nor have I asked young Master Gao for favors. I'm simply grateful he saved the city. So what if the Empress finds out? I submitted 2 memorials denouncing young Master Gao, putting him in the spotlight, forcing him, right after lowering grain prices, to skip even a victory feast, and rush back to Chang'an to put out fires. If I didn't show a little gratitude, would I still be human? Back at the office, I'll submit 3 memorials to the Empress, asking heaven to reward Gao Yang. Send this letter to Chang'an as fast as possible, straight into Her Majesty's hands.
Yes.
Young Master Gao Linjiang tea costs only 100 cash per liang. It's not anything valuable.
Why are you acting so nervous?
Lord Shangguan, you don't understand. It's the thought that counts. The Duke's estate has strict rules, and the allowance is pitifully small. Since I came to this world, I've been beaten or running around. When I get back to Chang'an, shouldn't I enjoy the brothel? County Magistrate Du cashed out 3 years' salary. That's a hefty sum.
No, wait.
What exactly is in that tea box?
Let me see.
Lord Shangguan, the mountain road is rough,
And the carriage is bumpy.
men and women should keep their distance. Please mind yourself. I get it now. You deliberately made Magistrate Du feel guilty. You only had a few clothes, so you could have left any time. Yet you spent half an hour packing. You were clearly giving Lord Du time to get the money. There isn't any tea in here, Gao Yang. You're smearing your own name. This is taking bribes in public. Lord Shangguan, if that's what you think,
There's nothing I can do.
if you think so,
Then so be it.
would Wu Zhao care if I took this little hardship fee? As long as I get the job done. Even if I emptied Lingang County's treasury, she wouldn't bat an eye. Miss Song is stunningly beautiful. I hear she's engaged to Gao Yang, eldest son of the Duke of Dingguo. That kid sure got lucky.
Where'd you get that outdated news?
The Song family called off the engagement long ago. The whole of Chang'an knows it. Who is Miss Song waiting for here? By my father's order. Chinking is here to welcome young Master Kui. Top Scholar Kui is back. They say Top Scholar Kui in Kingshui City used forceful measures to suppress grain prices. In just days, he brought prices down from 100 cash to 82 cash per dough. Miss Song came to welcome him herself. Looks like the Song and Kui families intend to marry. They're showing no respect for the Duke of Dingguo's estate. A direct slap in the Gao family's face. Miss Song came to welcome me herself. What an immense honor for me. My father has prepared a welcome banquet for you, young Master Kui. Uncle Kui is at the manor too, especially to welcome you home. Once I report to Her Majesty, I'll head straight to the Song residence. Top scholar Kui has returned to Chang'an. Victory is assured. At tomorrow's court, even you, Gao Tianlong, can't stop the tide of this court. I will impeach your Gao family and doom the Duke of Dingguo's estate forever. The Song family doesn't regard the Duke of Dingguo's estate at all. They actually had Song Qingqing publicly welcome Kui Xingai. Outrageous. The Song family follows power. And Kui Xingai has done well. He's a promising young man. The Empress needs trusted aides. It's no surprise the Songs are betting on Kui Xingai. A woman like that, not marrying into our Duke of Dingguo's estate, is actually a good thing. But Kui Xingai returned to Chang'an early, which means Kingshui City's situation is settled. At least 82 cash per dough. Tomorrow at the Golden Throne Hall, things won't be peaceful. That wretch. Before he left, I told him, better do nothing than do it wrong. How could he cause such a disaster? Yet I am pleased. Pleased. Even the dumbest official, even a fool, wouldn't raise grain prices to over 200 cash. It's absurd. That means Yang E has a clever plan. The whole court knows that. They just don't believe he'll pull it off. To be honest, neither do I. But I admire his spirit. Without an unorthodox move, how can he beat the learned Kui top scholar? My Duke Dingguo's house would rather die standing than live on its knees. Rather than perish in mediocrity, we should give it everything we've got. An eagle soars the skies. As long as I live, I can protect the Gao family. If we don't make waves now, how many years do I have left? Besides, my decades of instinct tell me Yang A is no mediocrity. Before a move is made, how can we declare a winner? Could it be that I was wrong about him?
Kui Xingai reached Kingshui City.
In just 3 days, he not only curbed grain prices, but drove them down to 80 cash a dough. He has not failed my trust. But you've disappointed me somewhat. Is book learning truly not enough for great responsibility? Urgent report. Your Majesty. Lord Shangguan sent a confidential letter by fast horse. He insists Your Majesty open it personally. Lord Duzhang also sent an urgent memorial. He specifically said only Your Majesty may open it. Do not copy it to the censorate yet. Both require my personal review. Could the public anger in Linjiang City not be contained? Has a riot broken out? Bring them here. We're done for.
His Majesty is furious.
Has the sky fallen over Linjiang City? My judgment was right after all. Those old fossils at the censorate have given me no end of trouble lately.
Tomorrow,
I'll finally vent my anger. This memorial need not be copied. Everyone, leave. Yes. In one day, it plunged 150 cash. What a grandson of Duke Dingguo. I still underestimated you. Oh, my aching back. After all that trouble, we're finally back. Now that I'm back, I must enjoy myself at Pinkang Ward. Make up for all the misery in Linjiang. What do you mean, trouble? Young Master Gao has served great Qian. An official should devote himself to the people until his dying breath. This is the highest honor. Yes, Lord Shangguan is right about everything. As long as Lord Shangguan is happy. Censor Gao Lord Shangguan.
His Majesty has decreed.
At tomorrow's morning court, Censor Gao must appear at once. You wretch! You've utterly disgraced me today. After today, I, Kui Shenge, will be court's brightest new star. How can a playboy like Gao Yang rival me? Today I'll ruin Duke Dingguo's reputation.
His Majesty arrives.
Long live His Majesty. Long live, long live. Rise, my ministers. Today I will reward merit. Your Majesty, with swift, decisive measures, Scholar Kui, in just 7 days, brought King Shui's grain price down to 80 cash a dough. He is truly Prime Minister material. I humbly ask Your Majesty to appoint him well. Your Majesty used 2 cities to stage this contest. The result is now clear. Please richly reward merit and severely punish faults. We concur. Your Majesty used the lives of 100,000 people in 2 cities as a contest. That is the act of a tyrant. Linjiang City is now in dire straits. Grain prices have soared sky high. History will condemn you, Your Majesty. Old Yan really dares to curse him.
His Majesty would usually be blue with rage by now.
Lord Yan, are you finished? I have said all I needed to say. If Linjiang City is not controlled soon, chaos will surely erupt. Your Majesty, Linjiang's grain prices have soared. It pains me deeply. I am willing to go to Linjiang to ease Your Majesty's burden and clean up this mess. Though Linjiang's 4 major grain merchants are difficult, I am fully confident I can suppress them. Scholar Kui is truly unmatched. He cares for the people, a model for us all. They say Linjiang's grain prices have soared. But why have I heard? They've already fallen to 70 cash a dough. What? Linjiang's grain price is down to 70 cash a dough. How is that possible? I calculated it. Linjiang's disaster is worse. Its grain merchants are more united. Unless violence and killing are used, 90 cash is the limit. How could he bring it down to 70? 70 cash? Didn't the urgent report 2 days ago say it broke 200? This is the urgent memorial Du Jiang sent from Linjiang last night. It states clearly, 2 days ago, Linjiang's grain price crashed to 70 cash a dough in 1 day, and is still falling. Gao Yang ordered notices posted with sky-high prices to exploit the merchants' greed and lure outside grain merchants to Linjiang, triggering a stampede. A true talent. Yet you narrow-minded men impeached him so viciously. It truly pains me. Raise grain prices. Attract outside merchants. Open the granaries and release grain. Hit the market. Trigger a stampede. Such an unfathomable method exists. Using greed to destroy merchants. Who knows how many will lose everything? That boy is as vicious as a viper. A scheme laid 7 days ago. Countless people were led by him, and countless grain merchants were bankrupted by his scheme. Before him, my methods of suppression are a joke. Yang really hid his talent. The bamboo eagle spreads its wings. The eagle soars. Well done, boy. Even if he lowered grain prices, he ordered the county office rebuilt and held large events. In a disaster year, this wastes labor and money. Isn't he exploiting the people? How do you explain this? Kui, you're not the only one curious about this. I am curious too. Summon Censor Gao Yang. Summon Censor Gao Yang. That brat actually looks more pleasing today. He's got a bit of my youthful flair. Your servant, Gao Yang, greets your majesty. Grain prices in Linjiang City have plunged. I already know what you've done. Quite brilliant, indeed. But Magistrate Du's memorial says, you plan to rebuild the county office and hold a dragon boat race. The winner gets 3 years tax-free. Is this true? Your Majesty, it was my idea. I ask for your Majesty's approval. In a year of disaster, you launch major construction. Censor Gao, do you know this has enraged the public? Memorials impeaching you nearly fill the imperial desk. In a disaster year, people can barely eat or drink. You squeeze them into hard labor like this. What are your intentions? Oppressing the people is a capital crime. Censor Gao, give the realm a convincing reason. I'd like to ask General Wang, top scholar Kui, and all the court officials impeaching me one question. Before I left, grain prices had fallen to 70 cash. They were even dropping toward 50. But even at 50 cash, can every commoner truly afford it? Does the court have enough relief grain to feed every victim for free? Simply opening the granaries only delays the victims' deaths. The people can't find work. They can't earn money. That's the real cause of starvation. Blind relief only breeds lazy men who wait for handouts and drains the treasury. The true way to aid disaster victims is work for relief. Have the wealthy gentry pay, so the people have work and income. That is the best solution. What is work for relief? In a disaster year, the people have no money for grain, but they have labor to offer. I proposed renovating the county office. Just 10 cash a day and 1-course rice meal. Not to exploit them, but to show Linjiang's wealthy gentry that after a natural disaster, to stay alive, people will work for how little? What a fine work for relief plan. Instead of giving grain out of charity, you squeeze their labor. It seems cruel and vicious, but it's a brilliant way to save lives in desperate times. Even with work for relief, why exploit them like this?
10 cash a day.
It's far too harsh on the people. That idiot Wang Zhong. Isn't he handing Gao Yang a weapon against him? If General Wang knows nothing of livelihoods, he needn't speak. A little silence isn't shameful. Better than making a fool of yourself. Gao Yang, you brat, how dare you insult me? Are you courting death? No one in the Duke Dingo's household takes threats from an old fool like you. I'm right here. Who are you to shout like that? Younger. Go on, speak. Say it all today. Let Daqian's loyal ministers impeaching you hear it well. I understand, grandfather. If the county office paid 30 or even 50 cash, the local gentry would have no profit. Would they follow suit and hire workers? The county office must play the villain and make the people cry hardship. If the gentry pay just 2 or 3 cash more, they save a fortune in wages and gain a noble name for saving lives. No profit, no fame to gain.
Why would the gentry wade into this mess?
What I see as exploitation is actually the people's lifeline. The temple renovations work the same way. As a believer, I told the abbot to rally the people under the banner of Buddha's mercy. They can hire cheap labor during the disaster. They have no reason to refuse. Then hold a grand dragon boat race. The winner gets 3 years tax-free. Wealthy gentry from afar will swarm in. Once the crowds come, inns and vendors will thrive. With all 3 measures in play, the disaster is quickly resolved. Using profit as the lever and reputation as bait, he makes all 3 sides willingly serve him. I lost completely. My tactic of cutting prices by a few cash looks like a clown show. But these 3 measures all exploit the worst of human nature. Do you know you'll bear endless infamy? It's only a little infamy, yet it can save millions. Why not? That's how our Duke Dingguo's household has always been. Gao Yushi is truly gifted. He is a fine example. Yeah, right. Like I'd believe that. When you took Du Jiang's silver, why didn't you mention family values? This old servant wrongly accused Censor Gao with wild claims. I beg your majesty to punish me severely. Of course I'll punish you. You impeached him time and again. Yet none of you had a good disaster plan. Wang Zhang and Song Li, you are severely reprimanded. You have done well in disaster relief. What reward do you seek? I wish to join the Ministry of Revenue and serve the state. The Ministry of Revenue? I meant to make him a secretariat drafter, always by my side. Why does he want the Ministry of Revenue, managing money and grain? Gao Yang, grandson of Duke Dingguo, for stabilizing grain prices, is appointed vice director of the Ministry of Revenue.
He retains his post as censor.
Kui Xingge is promoted to secretariat drafter. I, Gao Yang, thank your majesty. I only get the shoes Gao Yang didn't want. One day, I will prove to the world that Kui Xingge is no worse than you, Gao Yang. A secretariat drafter stays by His Majesty's side. Why didn't you want it? Why go to the Ministry of Revenue? The way of merchants is a lesser path after all. You've made a foolish choice. Father, grandfather, you misunderstand. The minister is gravely ill. Father, you're the vice minister of revenue. With connections at court, things get done. If I join the Ministry of Revenue, won't I be able to do whatever I want? Besides, a secretariat drafter represents the imperial court. I do enjoy hearing tunes at elegant places. If I went there all the time, wouldn't the censorate impeach me every day? Father and grandfather have both been there. You should understand. He turned down the emperor's inner circle because it would hinder his visits to brothels. How did our Gao family produce such a genius? You unfilial brat. You're getting a beating today. No, wait. Scholars enjoy refined pleasures. What's wrong with a general having some fun? Dad, why are you getting so angry? You brat, don't run. I'll break your legs today. Why chase him? Just shut the gate and punish him. Strategizing within the tent, winning 1,000 miles away.
He laid a death trap from day one.
That kid really is talented. Warner, what do you think of him? He has talent for governing, but he's both righteous and wicked. He's very bold. Bold?
How so?
He dared hint that Du Jiang should give him a gift. Inside that tea box was clearly Du Jiang's 3 years of salary. I suspect he deliberately stalled for half an hour, just to fleece Lord Du. Sadly, Lord Du is utterly incorruptible. He was sold out and still counted the money for him. No merchant is honest. No official is uncorrupt. He gave Dujiang such a great achievement. What's a little return gift? Those with great talent. I don't fear their greed, nor do I fear their lust. What I fear is that they have no weakness. With weaknesses, they're easier to control, and easier for me to use. Your Majesty, his boldness goes beyond that. In the carriage, he even tried to peek at my legs. Gao Yang is quite bold indeed. But he isn't only bold with you. Since I took the throne, the only one who dared openly stare at my legs in court was him. What? He dared openly disrespect your Majesty? I should gouge out his eyes. No matter, who wouldn't want to conquer an empress? But who could conquer it? The eldest young master is back. We can finally hold our heads high. Let the Song and Kui families keep acting smug. Once the eldest young master makes a move, top scorer Kui is nothing. You little brat, what are you standing around for? This is glory you deserve. Later, I'll settle that Ministry of Revenue score with you. I always knew my son had lofty ambitions. It's time our Li family made a name in Chang'an. Brother, I want Osmantha's peach pastries. All right. They're just peach pastries. I've got you. Have as many as you want. Brother, I want a pretty girl. Can I have as many as I want? That's stuff. Before I risked my life in Linjiang City, he actually told me to go without worry. He said he'd look after the girls I like. Was 10 days of confinement not enough for you to reflect? You still dare spout nonsense here? I thought Yang was already unbeatable. I never thought Changwen would be even fiercer. With these two idiots, I'll be lucky to live to old age. Everyone, disperse. Showing off in little Linjiang City. Like you won the top scholar title. What will people think if they see this? Yang, come to the back courtyard with me. I have something to say. Grandfather, this courtyard has nice scenery. But it's right by the outer wall. It's not very safe. You should stay here less often. I've heard you call yourself a strategist in 3 ways. Plotting for others, yourself, and the realm. Those who plot for themselves seek only self-preservation. That vow of yours is quite cautious. You're too kind, grandfather. Sit. These damn great Kion rules. And I'm still in split-crotch pants. If I accidentally sit with my legs spread, I'd lose all my heroic bearing. And piss on the old man. That'd be a capital crime of dishonoring my elders. Your grandfather called you here to ask just one thing. Why hide your talents? This old fox really is hard to fool. The contrast is too stark. I need a believable excuse. The ducal estate draws too much attention. Grandfather's prestige in the army is unmatched. If I act like a spoiled brat, it puts many people at ease. Otherwise, the late emperor may grow suspicious. Your act was a little too convincing. So convincing I almost cleaned house myself a few times. Fine, I'll come clean. I really did want to be a playboy for life. Listen to music at the pleasure house. And enjoy life. But the late emperor died suddenly. A new emperor took the throne. The court now has its eyes on our ducal estate. When the nest falls, no egg survives. I had no choice but to step up. That reason is somewhat believable. Everyone has secrets. I won't ask further, but tell me this. When you took that posting, what exactly happened? If you were set up, we'll avenge this. What? Too embarrassed to say. That day, Prince Rong's son Wu Zhang invited me for drinks. He provoked me with a girl from the Song family. In a moment of anger, I took the posting. A master schemer like me, who set a trap to pacify Linjiang City, was fooled over a woman. I'd be a laughingstock if word got out. This simp label. Looks like I'm stuck with it. Do you know Miss Sung publicly broke off your engagement? Yesterday, she even greeted Kui Shinge at the city gate. All of Chang'an is laughing at you. What do you plan to do? How about marrying her back as the Duchess? What do you think? Do you see what this is? An ordinary stick. This stick may be ordinary, but 3 strikes can break all 3 of your legs. Grandfather, don't take me seriously. A woman who worships power like that, I won't go near her. And I'll make her regret breaking off the engagement. Whether the first visit pleasure houses or party every day, I can't touch that woman. That aside, Wu Chang did set you up in public. Prince Rong must have approved it. What do you plan to do? Naturally, I'll get even. He's also behind the court's impeachment. In the end, someone doesn't want our Gao family holding too much power. Do whatever you want. Be bold. I am your strongest support. I already have a plan. I'm just waiting for the right time. Then Prince Rong's whole family will be executed. He made a plan in mere moments. To wipe out a regent prince's whole family. That's how a master schemer operates. Prince Rong holds an imperial pardon certificate.
His followers fill the court.
Are you sure you can execute his whole family? That pardon certificate is a bit troublesome. But I have my ways. Good. A young man should act like one. Show your edge when it's time. I'll wait and see your methods. In this ancient age, how can I live wild without power? Since Prince Rong wants to target the Gao family, I'll send you to hell first. Prince Rong. The show is starting. If Dushi can truly remove Prince Rong without bloodshed, our ducal estate will prosper another 100 years. Then I can die smiling. These clothes are too old. Another day, I'll take you to buy the prettiest dress. Young master, a dress costs a lot of money. What's one dress? No. Lulowo, where's the tea I brought back from Linjiang City? It cost county magistrate due 3 years' salary. It's my spending money in Chang'an. And my lifeline. I put it away as you ordered, young master. But after the old duke called you away, the master took the tea box. Father, you little brat do have some conscience. You even brought me a Linjiang specialty. The tea isn't expensive, but it carries real weight. You meant well. Linjiang City is over 200 li from Chang'an. My son is thoughtful. When did I ever say? The tea was for you, father. You brat, still trying to hide it from me? Lady Shangguan specially sent someone to tell me. She said you brought it back especially for me. Why hide filial piety? Why have Lady Shangguan send word? So I could fetch it myself? Shangguan Wanner, you cut off my source of income. Fine, I'll remember this grudge. I meant to surprise father. I didn't expect Lady Shangguan to tell him first. This tea is precious. Father, remember? Enjoy it slowly alone. Filial piety is filial piety. But this is another matter. Get down. Raise your ass. Father, what are you doing? Have you forgotten what I told you? You turned down being a palace secretary close to the Empress, to idle away at the Ministry of Revenue. Today you must learn your lesson. Bring the family rod. That's not right. Whenever I used to beat this brat, he'd already be up a tree or over a wall. Is this schemer plotting something again? It's all my fault. I'm just too timid. Every time I want to bring honor to our family, I'm afraid I'll mess up and shame the estate. I'm even more afraid of father's beating. A palace secretary serves close to the throne. Taking that job would bring mother honor and give her something to brag about. But I was afraid of all the tedious work. So I gave it to Kui Shenge. Father, hit me. Beat me to death. I'm hopelessly timid anyway. I don't want to live either. Insulting a married man? You brat even dared peek at the Empress's legs. And you're timid?
Yang.
Don't do anything foolish. Your mother is here today. Don't worry, husband. Look what you've done to Yang. He's so timid. He even gave up a job close to the throne. As his father, you share the blame. There are so many playboys in Chang'an whose family beats them every day. Aren't they all just as useless? If you dare hit him today and drive him to despair, then this marriage is over. My lady, at the Golden Hall gates. That brat wasn't saying this. He was clearly afraid it would cut into his pleasure house fun. You brat, you even set me up. Who still thinks to send you tea from 100 miles away? You drove such a filial child to this. You need someone to remind you to be filial? If Yang does something foolish, I won't go on living either. You unfilial brat, you dare scheme against your father? Just you wait, this isn't over. Madam, wait for me. That was close. I almost got my ass whipped. That line about savoring it alone. He'd better have gotten the hint. If he opens it before the servants and finds silver, there may be bloodshed at Duke Dingguo's estate tonight. I am Chen Sheng, a commoner. I'm from Linjiang. Greetings, young Master Gao. I'm from Linjiang. You followed me all the way to Chang'an. What do you want? This commoner once promised in Linjiang that if you could lower grain prices, I would join you, young master, and serve you faithfully. What if I couldn't lower the grain prices? Then I would pay with my life. It's just that you're too cautious, young master. Guards follow you everywhere. I found no chance to strike. I'm not as noble as you think. What if what I ask you to do someday goes against your wishes? Since Changshan came here, my life belongs to you, young master. As long as I don't slaughter the people, I will obey any order. Interesting. Stay. 3-month probation. You'll still be paid during that time. Probation? Brilliant, young master. Probation makes perfect sense, but the master is furious right now. You'll have to pay his salary yourself. I pay? Warner already screwed me out of my money. Room and board will do, right? Shangguan Warner, you cut off my income. This hatred is irreconcilable. I'm broke. Time to get out for a bit and meet Prince Rong's precious son, Wu Cheng. Achoo. The weather's been unpredictable lately. Warner, take care of yourself. Don't catch a cold. Your Majesty, I'm fine. Is something troubling your Majesty? I've ruled for months now, but the realm is far from peaceful. The regional princes command their own armies. Their power must be curbed, but it could easily spark civil unrest. Guanyang Prefecture suffered a major disaster. Guiyang's work relief plan was clever, but merchants aren't fools. After being tricked once, they won't fall for it again. What enrages me most is Prince Rong. After arguing with me days ago, he claimed illness and skipped court. Does he still see me as emperor? The court is unstable. The Turks watch us hungrily from outside. Great Qian seems calm, but one move affects everything. Your Majesty, people can make things happen. It will all work out. Urgent report. Governor Liu Wu of Guangzhou sends an urgent dispatch. Guangzhou has suffered a drought for months. A rare locust plague has broken out. 1 million people have lost their entire harvest. They urgently need imperial relief. 1 million people. What a terrible drought. Great Qian's Chang'an has millions of residents. Shops line every street. There are even fair-haired Western merchants. This place is a gold mine. How can I be a playboy without money? Sir, where are we going? Scouting. Prince Rong's estate. Wu Cheng dared set me up. I have to settle this score. In court politics, the loser gets their whole family wiped out. Strike first. Young master, he's out. That playboy really can't stay put. Remember this man. Got it. Any orders, sir? Don't worry, sir. Tracking and killing are what we're good at. Keep an eye on him these days. When he goes out, follow him. Learn his routine. Any questions? Aren't you going to ask what I'm planning? As a servant, I just do as ordered. The rest isn't my concern. Go. Just now on the street, I noticed some young ladies looking at me strangely. All nervous and evasive. Do you know why? Young master, they're likely afraid you'll follow them, knock them out at night and take them away, or drug them and violate them, or kill their husbands first. I'm handsome and refined. Do I really look that vicious? You may not know, young master, but since you set that trap at court, the people of Shangan fear you like a tiger. After word of Linjiang spread, even merchants fear you terribly. Actually, you could have put that more tactfully. Waiter, check please. Yes, sir. Your total is 103 coins. Damn, I almost forgot. My dad confiscated the money Du Jiang gave me. I'm broke now. Zhao Da, pay up. Young master. I didn't bring money either. The eldest son of Duke Dingo's estate, held at an inn washing dishes over a 103-coin meal. If word gets out, how can I, Gao Yang, show my face? I never expected him to be so ruthless. I was the one who broke off the engagement. Going back now would look too desperate. I can only pretend we met by chance. If he likes me, he'll come talk to me first. Then I'll play along and keep him hanging while I watch him. What a coincidence, Miss Song. Do you need something, young Master Gao? I told you I know Miss Song, but you didn't believe me. The Song family are high court officials. Would they lack a little wine money? Goodbye. That gentleman spent 103 coins. Miss Song, will you pay now? Or settle it all later? He used me to pay his bill? What major crisis has struck Great Qian now? But I'm only a 6th rank official, not even qualified to attend court. When the sky falls, the tall people hold it up. Gao Yan, where have you been? Do you know how long I've looked for you? What happened to Great Qian? Guanzhong faces a locust plague.
His Majesty issued an edict,
Ordering all officials of 3rd rank and above to the imperial study. You're included too. Come to the palace with me now. A locust plague on the Guanzhong plain. That's a true living hell. People will trade children for food. My ministers, after all this thought, do none of you have a solution? Your Majesty, locust plagues have always been impossible to prevent. This is heaven's punishment. It cannot be avoided. The court can only gather grain and prepare for the worst. Heaven's punishment? Chancellor, are you saying that because I took the throne, heaven won't allow a woman emperor and sent this disaster to punish me? I would never dare. Millions of people in Guangzhong, If the locusts run rampant, we'll die of starvation everywhere. Whoever has a good plan will be richly rewarded. Your Majesty, locust plagues have always led to rebellion. I believe, besides storing grain, we must send troops to seal off Guangzhou at once, to prevent the victims from rioting, and suppress them quickly. Absurd. The locusts haven't swarmed yet. Sending troops now may backfire. Rather than waste huge sums on troops, we should focus on disaster relief. Then, Lord Gao, what is your proposal? I have no solution yet, but suppression is absolutely foolish.
Enough.
Kuishingge, do you have a plan? Your Majesty, the eggs are buried deep underground and hard to eradicate. The court can only prepare relief. Scholar Kui is right. Natural disasters cannot be fought. Are we really going to watch Guangzhou turn into hell? The people have lost every crop. They'll trade children for food. Gao Yan, you brat. What are you doing here? Wang Zhong, you old dog. Did I dig up your family graves or what? At a court meeting on a world-ending disaster. What makes a lowly 6th-rank official fit to listen in? I summoned Gao Yang myself. Gao Yang, Guangzhou faces a severe drought. Locust eggs are everywhere. A locust plague may be coming. Do you have a solution? Your Majesty, this mere child has likely never even seen a locust. How could he have a plan? If he does have a solution, I'll lick every outhouse pit in Chang'an. General Wang, a man's word is worth a fortune. Then it's a deal. Outrageous. He's never even seen a locust plague. He can't possibly have a solution. Absolutely impossible. I have a plan. To wipe out every locust in Guangzhou. Could this living devil really have some dirty trick? You wretch, stop talking nonsense. The Guangzhou locust plague involves millions of lives. This is no place for your recklessness. Leave at once. Gao Yang, if you have a plan, say it. Don't worry about the consequences. My ministers and I will weigh them. Your Majesty. You heard what General Wang just said. I humbly ask Your Majesty to bear witness. I heard him. Just say what's on your mind. I'm getting screwed here. If this kid loses, he'll only get scolded. But if I lose? Before I explain, I need to confirm one thing. The governor of Guangzhou reported. Has the locust plague already broken out, blocking out the sky? Or are most of the eggs still unhatched? Right now there are only vast numbers of eggs. It has not broken out yet. Lord Gao, those eggs will hatch sooner or later. And they're buried deep underground, making them hard to eradicate. What's the difference? Top Scholar Kui, the difference is huge. If the flying locusts blot out the sky, then we're truly beyond saving. But if they're only eggs and larvae, I have 3 plans. Use all 3 together, and Guangzhou will be saved. First, catch them. How do we catch them? The court will issue an edict. The people will catch locusts in the fields and trade them for grain. Once that edict goes out, the people will rush to act. I thought you had some brilliant plan. What a ridiculous idea. What's ridiculous about it? Set the rate too low, and no one will bother. Set it too high, and the court spends a fortune on useless bugs. What's the point? Utter nonsense. Your Majesty, this wretch has never seen a locust plague. He spoke such laughable nonsense on impulse. Please forgive him, Your Majesty. Gao Yang's plan is indeed flawed. These pests the court collects are completely useless. They would only drain the treasury. Your Majesty, who says locusts are useless? My second plan must work with. The first to have its full effect. The second plan is eat them. The court collects the locusts, then roasts, dries, or fries them. They taste like shrimp and are delicious. The people can eat them to survive, and the court can sell them as dried rations. to cover the treasury's costs.
Why not?
Your Majesty, this plan must not be used. It would harm the people.
Why?
Though I've never seen a locust plague, I have read extensively. Historical records say starving victims ate locusts and suffered severe diarrhea, even sudden death. That proves locusts are poisonous and cannot be eaten. When it comes to dirty tricks, I'm no match for you. But when it comes to the classics and history, you're not fit to shine my shoes. These poisonous things, and you dare make the people eat them? You're courting death. I saw it myself in Qingzhou. Victims suffered terribly after eating locusts. This plan will ruin the country and harm its people. This boy has nothing but foolish ideas. He's spreading wild lies. Throw him out of the imperial study and punish him severely. Lord Kui Chancellor Su. You're right. But you're also wrong. What do you mean? When I was young, at a ruined temple, I met an immortal-looking old man who gave me an ancient book. It says, most locusts here are East Asian migratory locusts, and they have solitary and gregarious forms. Before a locust plague breaks out, they live scattered in the fields and are bright green. These green locusts are not poisonous, and their meat is very tender. They're rich in protein and amino acids. What are protein and amino acids? Basically, they're very nourishing. But once the eggs hatch in large numbers, the locusts gather and mutate into gray-black insects. They become violent and turn highly poisonous within hours. The poisonous locusts Lord Kui and Chancellor Su mentioned are exactly this gregarious form. So while they're still harmless green larvae, we should urge the people to catch and eat them. These bugs can change color and become poisonous. What complete nonsense. This can't be verified at all. How absurd. He'd actually risk poisoning himself for the people. I misjudged him. Non-poisonous fried locusts. Sell for a few bucks a skewer in the future. I'll make a fortune and boost my reputation through the roof. This is a total win. Since when did this wretch become so careless? This medicine really is poisonous. Your Majesty, my duke's estate is willing to mortgage its land deed to fund the purchase of locusts. I will also test the poison with my son. Old Gao, why go this far? You're making me want to buy you some oranges. Lord Gao, have you thought this through? It's rare for my son to want to serve the nation. As his father, I must support him. If it really is poisonous, then we'll die for our country. How can I let a loyal minister risk ruin for this? We'll do as Gao Yang says. As for the money to buy locusts, if there are losses, they'll come from my private treasury. Private treasury? The Empress's underwear? Oh no, I mean underwear. That scared the hell out of me. Lord Gao, even if green locusts are edible, there are hundreds of millions of eggs beneath Guangzhong. The people can't dig them all up. Once they hatch and swarm, we're still doomed. How will you solve that? Top Scholar Kui, don't worry. I have a third plan. Biological control. Natural enemies keep each other in check. Lord Gao, what do you mean by biological control? I've never heard of such a method. Everything in nature restrains something else. Whether locusts or other beasts, all have predators. For example, rats fear cats, rabbits fear snakes, and bugs fear frogs. When a species suddenly explodes in number, it's because it has too few natural enemies. Locusts may be strange, but they can't escape this rule. That's the idea behind biological control. Your Majesty, may I have some water? I rushed here, and my mouth is a little dry. It'll help me gather my thoughts. This is a chance to make a name for yourself. Every official in court is listening. And you're asking for water now? Bring him tea.
Fine tea.
Gao Yang, if you like this tea. I'll reward you with some later. Now tell us how this biological control works. There are two conditions for a locust plague. First, their numbers must be high enough, and they must turn dark gray and become social. Second, there must be a severe drought. They thrive in dry weather, and they're natural predators in the wild. Birds struggle to survive droughts. With fewer predators and the right conditions, an outbreak is inevitable. We can't change the drought, but we can add more predators. Your Majesty, my plan is to gather from the Chang'an area 50,000 chickens and ducks in one day, and form a chicken and duck army. Send them at once to Guangzhou. One chicken or duck can eat hundreds of locusts a day. 50,000 can eat 50 million a day. Even cut in half, they can still devour 25 million a day. In just a few days, the chicken and duck army can wipe out most of them. Even if a plague still breaks out, the damage will be greatly reduced. That is biological control. It's hard for people to find eggs underground. But chickens and ducks looking for food will dig them up and eat them. Gao Yang is truly a rare genius. I once thought he was a useless fool who only gambled on cockfights and dogs. He hit it too well. This plan is completely feasible. Using chickens and ducks to eat locusts? Brilliantly vicious. I'll really have to lick Chang'an's latrines. Your Majesty, logically speaking, that can't be right. If chickens and ducks can stop locust plagues, why, in all the centuries of Great Qian, has no capable minister proposed this? Once a locust plague fully erupts, the locusts mutate into their social form and become highly poisonous. Then chickens and ducks won't eat them, and even starving wild birds won't touch them. But they're still in their larval stage now. These harmless larvae are to chickens and ducks a gift from heaven. Your Majesty, this is completely absurd. Solitary means harmless, but social means poisonous. That's utter nonsense. Your Majesty, this is indeed unheard of. You must be cautious. I stake my head on it. Every word I've said is true. So confident. This is bad. Very bad. 100% bad. Since ancient times, locust plagues have had no cure. When I was young, I heard that in drought years, locust plagues broke out everywhere, and all the crops and grass withered. People traded children to eat. This time, I'll take a big gamble. We'll adopt Gao Yang's plan from the Ministry of Revenue, with biological control. All consequences shall be borne by me, the ruler of Great Qian, alone. Lord Gao. The Guangzhou region is vast. Beyond the known areas, there must be many locusts in hiding. If we can't find their nesting grounds, how can our massed forces act? What's so hard about that? Locusts thrive in heat and drought. They prefer laying eggs in hard, dry, slightly damp wastelands. Once lakes and rivers dry up, those places become locust breeding havens. This bastard not only knows where Wang Chong lives, he even knows a female Wang Chong lays 300 eggs in her lifetime. Is this damn thing my Gao Feng's offspring? Are you sure he's not a spy sent by the Huang Chong clan? He's completely right. Locusts do favor riverbanks after the water recedes. But no ordinary scholar could know that. How do you know? It's all from that immortal-looking old man. In the ancient book he gave me. After reviewing many historical records, I can almost say for certain, it's absolutely true. Your Majesty, please send disaster relief at once. Gao Yang, hurry and invite that old Daoist here. I will honor him as imperial preceptor. Your Majesty, that old man. I've only met him once. There has been no word from him since. He may have already passed away. Since that immortal passed his knowledge to you, you will go to Guangzhou for relief. Your Majesty, wait. I am a strategist, not skilled in military affairs, leading 50,000 hungry ducks and chickens. I'm afraid I'm not up to it. Then, in your view, what should be done? In my view, the one handling this relief effort should be a battle-tested general. How dare this brat? General Wang is skilled in both letters and arms, and knows locust habits well. He's the best choice. I believe General Wang can lead 50,000 chicken and duck troops to a great victory. Poisonous advisor. This kid is vicious. Making a top general lead chickens and ducks for disaster relief. Your Majesty, the Duke Dingguo's grandson is right. Using chickens is like using troops. This concerns the locust plague. I don't trust just anyone. General Wang truly is the best choice for the millions in Guangzhou. I ask General Wang to make this trip. Issue the decree. At once appoint General Pulu Wang Zhang as general of the Agile Cavalry. At the market's average price, urgently, requisition all surplus in Chang'an. Go to Guangzhou at once for disaster relief. Didn't get general of the Agile Cavalry? Got stuck as general of the Label Cavalry. How can I face my old brothers in the army? What, General Wang? You won't ease the people's suffering? I obey your Majesty's decree. Great. Suppressing the Duke Dingguo's household. This blow feels damn good. Good thing I didn't speak up. This kid is not just sly, but ruthless. Gao Yang, I think your plan may work. But locust plagues are hard to eradicate. You said locusts can descend like a dark cloud. There aren't many options. But that means you do have one, right? That's right. If the locusts truly break out, my next step is to predict their path. Use grain from one area as bait, along with flammable materials. Then burn them all in one fire. Burn the locusts. That would reduce the damage. Lose 1,000. Hurt the enemy 800. Lord Gao, doesn't this plan offend heaven? Locusts are living creatures too. Isn't such a fire too cruel? After locusts ravage the land, corpses of starving people cover the ground. Countless families are torn apart, even trading children for food. Lord Lei, aren't those people pitiful? The locust swarms have made our great Qian people suffer. How many civilians have died or been hurt? They deserve no sympathy at all. I support using fire. Your Majesty, I have one concern. Censor Yan, speak freely. Lord Gao's plan is good. Whether using government grain to encourage people to catch locusts, or burning them in the end, I fully support it. But people have always believed locusts are heaven's great calamity. When locusts ravage their fields, they all kneel and bow, praying for the locust to leave soon. The hard part of fighting locusts isn't just the locusts, but people's hearts. If the people aren't united, the effect may be minimal. Your Majesty, Lord Yan is right. Records everywhere say, locusts are a natural disaster, beyond human power. One should cultivate virtue to ward them off. Some officials also believe, locusts are heaven's punishment, which humans cannot stop. Ignorant superstition. This truly is the toughest part. Gao Yang, do you have a solution? Your Majesty, I do have one, but... Forget it. I'd better not say it. If locust control is a little less effective, so be it. Gao Yang, this concerns millions in Guangzhou. Speak your mind. Why beat around the bush? Your Majesty, an assistant minister has a solution but won't say it. That is treason against the throne and deserves severe punishment. Your Majesty, you told me to speak. Then I'll say it. Please forgive my offense, Your Majesty. Speak. I pardon you. Your Majesty, the root of the people's fear is the unknown. And heaven. This can be solved easily enough. Your Majesty is the Empress of Great Qian. In the people's hearts, Your Majesty follows heaven's will and nurtures all people. You need only eat one locust in public. Then burn some locusts before the people, and tell them, locusts are just pests, not heaven's punishment. Once the people change their minds, they will fight locusts for their crops. Has this kid gone mad? He dares ask Great Qian's most noble empress to eat locusts? Gao Yang, your audacity knows no bounds. Locusts are so filthy. How dare you ask Her Majesty to eat one? That crime deserves death. Locusts are pests. Her Majesty is the supreme ruler. How could she? This brat is outrageously rude. I beg Your Majesty to punish him severely. Your Majesty, Gao Yang's intentions are unforgivable. Please punish him severely. You wicked son, stop talking nonsense. It's one thing to be a living devil to Wang Chong, but you want to be one to your own family too? Do you want to get our whole clan killed? Everyone says I'm bold, but compared to him, I'm nothing. What? Have me eat locusts myself? Those grotesque, exposed faces, not to mention eating them. Just seeing one makes me sick. Your Majesty, Lord Yan's point is indeed a serious issue. People worship the so-called locust immortal, or believe locust plagues are punishment from heaven. So many just kneel by their fields, which will only let the locusts multiply. That mindset must be broken, or the consequences will be dire. I am the ruler of Great Qian, Lord of all people. For the millions in Guanzhong, to spare them the horror of trading children for food. Why shouldn't I eat one? Gao Yang, you dare. Your intentions deserve death.
Enough.
For all the people under heaven, I am willing to eat locusts in public. She'd really go that far for the people of Guanzhong. This empress does care for her people. But Your Majesty, Guanzhong is far from Chang'an. The court still needs you here. How can you go to Guanzhong? You've only recently taken the throne. The government is unstable, and Chang'an is full of hidden currents. I cannot leave,
Gao Yang, I must remain in Chang'an.
so I cannot go to Guanzhong myself. Is there another way? I did overlook that. This is truly difficult. If Your Majesty cannot go to Guanzhong, the people will still see the plague as a natural disaster and refuse to fight the locusts. If the plague sweeps through, not only Guanzhong, but the nearby 3 counties as well, tens of millions may not escape it. That doesn't sound like Gao Yang. What scheme is this bastard hiding? You brat, why are you looking at me? I have another plan. Since Your Majesty cannot go in person, General Wang Zhong can carry Your Majesty's edict, as if Your Majesty were there, and eat a locust before the people. He can claim to be the reincarnation of the locust-slaying immortal, and bear all blame for killing locusts himself. That could work, but locusts are ugly and disgusting. I wonder if General Wang would agree. Son of a bitch. Even the Empress will eat locusts for the people. How could I dare say no? If word gets out, people's spit will drown me. General Wang is already advanced in age. For the people of Guanzhong, I will not back down. They're just locusts. Your Majesty, don't worry. Once I get to Guanzhong, I'll eat a pound with my wine first. When General Wang returns, I'll welcome you back myself. Thank you for Your Majesty's grace. The cavalry general's family eats locusts. Damn it, I must avenge this. What a vicious scheme. He knew Your Majesty couldn't go yourself, so he made that proposal to bait our anger, then pinned the blame on Wang Zhong. His thirst for revenge is terrifying. If General Wang is too old, I have a better candidate in mind. Oh, let's hear it. Your Majesty is the son of heaven, so imperial relatives can do it too. Like Prince Rong, Wulong. Any prince in the realm will do. And Lord Shangon at your majesty's side. Take your majesty there? And that would work too. This is revenge. Revenge for that matter. No need, I Wang Zhong am enough. I can't afford to offend royals. Shangon Wanner is your majesty's favorite. I concede. General Wang, this mission concerns millions in Guangzhong. All your grievances, I understand. When you return in triumph, you will be richly rewarded. Thank you, Your Majesty. I won't fail Your Majesty's trust. Your Majesty, I've organized the relief plan. All requisition stock must be registered by owner. Requisition it at market price. Go. Guangzhong's disaster can't wait. All departments will cooperate. Yes, Your Majesty. Everyone else, leave.
Gao Yang, stay.
You little brat. I'll remember you. Just you wait. I will have my revenge. I, Gao Yang, wish the cavalry general a safe trip. Return in triumph. I really got played today. Every chicken and duck in Chang'an, not one gets away. Duke Dingguo's son is truly hiding his talents. It's been years since I fought. This is a fine chance to earn merit. Here are my orders. Spread through Shanghain's markets and farms at once. Collect every chicken and duck. Leave none behind. My chickens and ducks. General Wang, this is a fighting rooster. Please spare it. By imperial decree, not one chicken or duck in Chang'an is spared. A fighting rooster is still a chicken, and it fights better. It eats more locusts.
Take it.
I've raised you for 2.5 years. You cluck every day, so I named you Clucky. Plucky, I can't live without you. Gao Yang, you've got some nerve. Using me to set up Wang Zhong. This kid really holds a grudge. What crime have I committed? General Wang proposed the wager himself. And Your Majesty couldn't eat locusts yourself, so I suggested General Wang do it for you. Your Majesty, see clearly. Everything I did was for Great Qian. It was all for Your Majesty. So you're saying I wronged you? Not only does this kid not fear me, he even jokes with me. With proper guidance, he'll be a great asset. I was wrong. How were you wrong? I don't know, but Your Majesty says I was wrong. So I must be wrong. You're a smart man. You understand what I mean. I needn't say more. We'll call it even. But General Wang is old and paid a heavy price this time. Know when to stop. I've always respected the old and cared for the young. General Wang is old. Even if Your Majesty hadn't said so, I wouldn't make things hard for him. Respect the old and care for the young? I haven't seen any sign of it. Do you know why I kept you here? I suppose it's about those 50,000 chickens and ducks. That's quite a burden. Your Majesty is worried about it.
Correct.
Requisitioning them is easy. But after the locust plague, what do we do with those 50,000 birds back in the capital? If we flood Chang'an with them, prices will surely crash. But I can't keep them penned in the palace. That's not difficult. People in Chang'an don't feed chickens and ducks much, so they're rather thin. But in Guangzhong, there will be plenty of locusts to eat. They'll all grow fat. I specifically asked for registration. That's the key. Trade thin birds for fat ones. And the people won't complain. After Chang'an is cleared out, nearby cities won't know yet. Your Majesty can quickly send men to buy them cheap, then sell them high in Chang'an. If Guangzhong's plague is severe, send them to Guangzhong. If it isn't, sell them at a high price.
In Great Qian's meat trade.
Wealthy families love game, chicken, and duck. If we don't fleece them now, when will we?
Excellent.
A brilliant plan. Do as Gao Yang says. Send men at once. Do you really think this locust plague is heaven's punishment? That's complete nonsense. Rather than call locusts a punishment, droughts and floods are the real punishment. It's just a natural phenomenon. I don't believe in heaven's punishment either. I believe people can conquer heaven. But I must remind your majesty, methods like biological control only reduce the damage. Locust plagues will still happen. They can't be avoided. The locusts are never the hardest part. It's having no harvest afterward. Your majesty must prepare disaster relief. How could I not know that? But these past few years, Great Qian has faced disasters year after year. The state granaries are nearly empty. Millions in Guangzhou will suffer. Refugees will be everywhere. How do we solve that? Once a locust plague breaks out, the grain in the state granaries simply won't be enough. This disaster is bound to kill many. Your Majesty, I have a few ideas. If they work, far fewer people will die. Gao Yang, no jokes before the army. Do you understand? I am confident. My method is to exploit human nature. Your Majesty can provide relief, but send a famous corrupt official, preferably one who's been demoted. Send a major corrupt official to handle relief? Wouldn't that let him embezzle freely? Your chest isn't even that big. Why is your brain so small? Lord Shanguan, you're mistaken. Corrupt officials may be greedy, but that doesn't mean they're incompetent. As long as your Majesty ties this matter to his future and his life, this plan will work. If relief goes well, promote him. If it fails, kill him. As a major corrupt official, his network is extremely complex. Send an honest official, and subordinates may defy him in secret. But corrupt officials are different. Because they're greedy themselves, they know who gave bribes. And whether their men are corrupt, they know it perfectly well. And their men won't dare block their path to promotion. There are many benefits. First, some relief grain will still be embezzled, but far less of it. Second, to save their careers and families, they'll wreck their brains. They may devise some dirty tricks that turn out to save lives. I have some tactics that can't be used openly, but these corrupt officials are perfect for them. Third, your Majesty can send upright censors and trusted men with them. Also, if the disaster becomes too severe, your Majesty can have trusted men take over relief. Then, in that corrupt official's name, spread word that refugees will be massacred. The great clans care deeply about the people, for they are their foundation. They'll surely pretend to donate for relief, to earn a good name. With both measures, the disaster will ease greatly. Afterward, your Majesty can show outrage and kill that corrupt official to appease the people. What a brilliant plan. Corrupt officials are often more capable than loyal ones. Just force their hand, then use the chance to trap the great clans. Gao Yang, you've truly impressed me today. I'd like to see how these corrupt officials can still steal.
Gao Yang.
You gave a fine plan for Guangzhou's locust plague. And now this excellent relief plan. What reward do you want? Hey, Your Majesty. That's very kind of you. Since you are so polite, Gao, let's pretend I never said it. No, Your Majesty. Your word is law. How can you take it back? Enough. Tell me what you want. I always reward merit. I never mistreat those who serve well. Well, this subject would like a token. To lie low for a few days. Lie low. Low. It's all thanks to Lord Shanguan. Lord Du and I merely had normal social dealings. Lord Shanguan set me up. My father still hasn't opened the tea box. If 3 or 5 friends come by our estate and suddenly want some tea, I'm afraid without a token for protection, I'll never see your majesty again. Besides, your majesty knows. I'm just a lone man, and rather cautious. This is my personal token. Upon seeing this token, it is as if I were there. Tell Vice Minister Gao. His child is grown.
He's now a subject of Great Qian.
It would be improper to hit him again. Thank you, your majesty. You may leave. I'm tired. This subject takes his leave. Prince Rong has been recuperating for days. Send an imperial physician to check on him later. If he's mostly recovered, he should attend court tomorrow. Many corrupt officials' silver has gone into his estate. Now that I have Gao Yang's clever plan, if I don't see his expression, it would be too dull. Yes, the Duke of Dingguo's grandson has hidden himself well. With such talent, he acts no different from a playboy. He even fooled me. The Duke of Dingguo's estate has an heir at last. Your Majesty thinks highly of that young man. With his talent, he could be Great Qian's chancellor. Even Kui Shinge and Chancellor Su together are slightly inferior to Gao Yang. A chancellor's talent? That's an incredibly high appraisal. But his strengths and flaws are clear. His strength is reading people. He has the talent to govern the realm. As for his flaws, he loves money and women. He's got it all. In just the past few hours, he glanced at your chest 25 times. But glanced at my legs a full 163 times. What a shame. I thought I could wander the palace and see if I'd run into a bathing concubine. Instead, I didn't even see a dog. If that brat hadn't done well today, I'd really beat him up to vent. His Majesty kept you alone. That is the highest favor. Did you act disrespectfully? Don't worry, Father. I never let my eyes wander. I was never disrespectful. I was staring straight at her legs. Does that count as disrespect? His Majesty is Great Qian's Empress. As her subject, you must show reverence. As for the Empress's allure, I understand. But don't entertain improper thoughts. I understand, Father. For now, I just need to cling to the Empress and take down my political enemies. Once Great Qian is prosperous, what forest can I have? Why give up a whole forest for one tree? I'm not stupid. Your counterattack was truly impressive. But regarding the cavalry general and the crimson flower worm, your methods were too extreme. I'm afraid you'll be mortal enemies with Wang Zhong. Father, do you think Wang Zhong repeatedly impeached me? And the Duke of Dingguo's estate, all on his own? Our estate has long been at odds with them. You mean Prince Rong stands behind Wang Zhong? This struggle began when Wu Zheng set me up. I accepted the talent-seeking edict. Those old foxes couldn't possibly not know. But starting in Linjiang City, the impeachments against me and our estate came one after another. Aside from a few upright censors, the rest likely served Prince Rong. Something has been wrong at court. I noticed it long ago, but never knew it ran this deep. But why is Prince Rong so blatant? The answer is simple. Use our estate to establish his power. Force court officials to pick sides. Then threaten imperial power. Father, there is no turning back now. Wang Zhong leaving court is good for us. On the other hand, if I take this job, Prince Rong will surely sabotage it in secret. If Wang Zhong goes, the edict will go smoothly instead. Does your grandfather know? Grandfather told father to give me some silver, to take down Prince Rong. I've struggled through officialdom for decades, yet my sense of danger is worse than a junior's. Still, at least we have an heir. I'll have someone bring it over later. This concerns our estate. Handle it as you see fit. Thank you, Father.
Young master, you're back. This letter is for me? Don't tell me. Song Chinking sent someone with it. Young master, you are truly brilliant. Miss Song did send someone with it. She said it must reach you personally. She's slapping the entire Duke of Dingguo's estate in the face. What if you lose your head again? HMPH, so I used to be too much of a playboy. No wonder she broke off the engagement. Don't get me wrong. We can't be lovers, but we can still be friends. The old me did everything this woman said, and even stayed a virgin. Then she turned on me just like that. Why waste my time on a gold digger like her? Tell the songs. At the place where we first met. I'll see her there. Sure enough, she crooks a finger. And the young master takes the bait again. Then I'll prepare the carriage. Why prepare a carriage? Aren't you going to meet her? I'm just messing with her. Feed it to the dogs. Young master. Technician Green Luo No 98 at your service. Use a little more pressure. It's so embarrassing saying that every time. But the young master pays far too well. My monthly pay doubled. This feels amazing. In the future, with Green Luo's looks, she'd cost several thousand. Wait, why don't I open a club in this hall? A full-service bath and massage place would crush the 4 famous houses. Green Luo. What are your orders, young master? Tomorrow I need to inspect Chang'an's biggest brothel, Rouge Pavilion. As a future competitor, I must experience it firsthand. Father, Yanger plans to go after Prince Rong. Are we really staying out of it? Prince Rong has practically shat on the Duke of Dingguo's estate. Are we supposed to endure it? Father, that's not what I mean. But in court struggles, one wrong move, and you lose everything. Yanger is still too young. You underestimate Yanger. Once is luck, twice is coincidence. But he caught His Majesty's eye, solved the locust plague, and used court affairs to drive out Wang Zhong. With such skill, he's no worse than those old foxes at court. Now, while I'm still here, with someone to back him up, it's the perfect time to test Yanger's skill. This is what I've dreamed of? Then I'll send him 1,000 taels of silver. Wait. Why allocate 1,000 taels of silver? Didn't father tell me to allocate some silver for Yanger to deal with Prince Rong's estate? I never said that. That wretch. He even deceives his own father. Fine, give it to him if he wants it. As long as he doesn't spend it on that song girl. It's fine. But I'm afraid that brat will head to Rouge House once he has money. Rouge House is full of beauties. I'm afraid Yanger can't handle it. A young man should sow his wild oats. It's good if he goes to Rouge House. Better yet, let him lose his virginity and taste its pleasures. Then he won't be so bewitched by that song girl. Pass on my order. Tomorrow I've invited several old friends to discuss military strategy here. Have Yanger wait nearby and learn. An heir of my Duke Dingguo's household only knows books and knows nothing of military strategy. Wouldn't that make us a laughingstock? To learn military strategy from Da Qian's finest is a great blessing for him. I just said it offhand, and Gao Feng really fell for it. Now I have startup money. Nice work. This is a reward from me. I'll choose you again next time. Young master, do you need any other services? The unofficial kind? How much extra? The unofficial kind? Ah, young master. I still need to see madam. I'll be leaving now. I'll pay extra. Without money, I might consider it.
With money, what kind of fun is that? Miss, it's completely dark. I'm afraid he won't come. Impossible. I wrote him a letter myself. Knowing Gao Yang, he'll treasure this letter. There's no way he won't come. Something must have held him up. Wait another 2 hours. Did I remember wrong? Wasn't it under this big locust tree? Send someone to find out. See where Gao Yang went. Miss, something's wrong.
I circled the Duke Dingguo's estate
And found this. Wasn't this letter with Gao Yang? Where did you get it? Why does it look like a dog chewed it up? I'm furious. Miss, what's wrong? Off to the pleasure house for tunes. Rouge stays out all night, listening to tunes there every day. Now that's the life of a true playboy. Young master, where are you going? Isn't it obvious? Young master. You can't go now. We have honored guests today. The old duke specifically wants you standing by to study military tactics. Study military tactics. Right, I was born into a military family. It'd be hard to explain if I knew nothing of tactics. If you want to hear tunes, wait until after your lesson. And look at this trunk. You're not going to hear tunes. You're going to spend the night. Really? I didn't know that. Uncle Fu, at your age, you sure know your way around this. You flatter me, young master. This old servant only knows a little. General Qin Zhengguo of the right guard has arrived. General Lu Xing of the left guard has arrived. Duke Xiao Ponu, protector of the palace, has arrived. With the friendship among us, no need for formalities. After I'm gone, please look after the Duke Dingguo's estate. Old Duke, the Duke Dingguo's estate should be looking after us. Yeah, damn right. What your boy has done these past few days has even made me nervous. The locust's living demon? Now he's the official's living demon too. I know about the locust's living demon. But why call him the corrupt official's living demon? At court this morning, Her Majesty announced grain relief for Guangzhou, but ordered Chang Hong to handle it. Chang Hong is capable, but he's a notorious corrupt official. He was stripped of office long ago. Her Majesty ordered him to provide disaster relief. Prince Rong was the first to speak up, accusing Her Majesty of mistreating the people, calling it the act of a foolish ruler. 13 censors joined in and blasted her. They declared on the spot that if Her Majesty insisted, they'd smash their heads in at the Imperial Hall. Yanger was right. Prince Rong really is forcing the throne. Her Majesty shouldn't be so foolish. Foolish? Old Duke. That's what we thought at first. But what came next stunned everyone. Her Majesty gave Chang Hong a death order. Succeed at relief and get his post back. Fail at relief, and his whole family dies. She even sent a trusted aide with him. To stay alive and return to court, Chang Hong will try everything. He may even pay out of pocket and squeeze the officials he once promoted. Prince Rong and those 13 censors turned green. Ha ha ha. Afterward, I had a private audience and learned there was another move. If Chang Hong fails at relief, Her Majesty will spread word that he massacred refugees, then act in the name of the noble clans, and kill Chang Hong to calm public anger. Isn't that brilliant? That could work. But that's Her Majesty's scheme. What does it have to do with Yanger? Everyone knows what Her Majesty is like. Such a vicious scheme, especially that backup plan, couldn't possibly be Her Majesty's doing. Yesterday, Her Majesty kept your eldest grandson behind, in all of Great Qian, for such a vicious plan. Besides Gao Yang of the Duke Dingguo's estate, who else could come up with it?
That brat. He made such a vicious plan and didn't tell me first. Made me waste 1,000 taels last night. But damn, that was satisfying. Old Duke, bring that playboy grandson of yours here. I must ask him how he became a living demon overnight. Go summon Yangir. Old Duke, that's not very fair. You've got an extraordinary schemer in your house. Yet you serve us this weak tea. Bring out your good tea now. You're so picky. I'll let you taste the good stuff today. Gentlemen, old generals. A few days ago, my son went to Linjiang City. The local magistrate Du Jiang gave him a box of fine tea. My son may be a playboy, but he's a good son. The moment he returned, he gave it to my father and me. We haven't opened it yet. Today we'll taste it together. Someone, go to the innermost cabinet in my room and bring the tea box inside.
Gao Yang.
Greets you all, old generals. He looks innocent enough, but he's full of dirty tricks. He even made Prince Rong suffer. He's just too skinny, like a woman, not just skinny. He looks weak too. Come to my estate sometime. I'll teach you my family's kidney strengthening method. The eldest son of the Duke Dingguo's estate. Can't be lacking in that. Or it'd be humiliating. These old war-hardened roughnecks. Look at me like bandits eyeing a bandit chief's wife. We're all rough men. No need to stand on ceremony. We're all the Duke Dingguo's sworn brothers. General Han, you're too polite. Just call us Grandpa. This is General Liu of the Left Guard. Beside him is General Qin. And this is Duke Xiao, protector of the state. Greet them. Hello, Grandpa Liu. Hello, Grandpa Qin. Hello, Grandpa Zhao. Old Duke, this boy is quite good. I heard the Song family broke off the engagement. I happen to have a granddaughter. Beautiful as a flower. This boy is lucky today. I'll give her to him. If she's being offered to me, she's bound to be some huge tigress. How could I still visit pleasure houses? One punch and she'd crush my balls. Grandpa Liu, to be honest, after the Song family broke off the engagement, I've lost all faith in love. Let's forget it. I was too hasty. The Song family is short-sighted. How dare they break the engagement? Don't worry about it. For calling me Grandpa Liu, I'll stand up for you. Some Song clansmen serve in the army. I'll train them hard when I get back. Thank you, Grandpa Liu. At court today, Her Majesty mentioned the trick of mixing sand into the grain. Was that your idea? It was excellent. Old Duke, you have a worthy successor. It truly pleases me. Even after riding hundreds of miles from Linjiang City, he remembered to bring me a local gift. This child isn't bad by nature. Sir, the tea box is here. Open it. Fill the old general's cups. Such fine tea should be shared. Fill the tea box. Sir, even the cups can't hold it. You packed this thing in a tea box? You worthless son, this is the tea Lord Du gave you. Father, I warned you before. You can't blame me. You took the wrong box. That's not it. Quick, bring my finest spring tea. Old Duke, I'm getting old. My eyes and ears don't work well. I'm not just blind, I'm deaf too. Age catches up with us. Yes, I didn't see a thing. That worthless son was confused for a moment. I'll take him away and teach him a lesson. If I don't beat your ass bloody today, my name isn't Gao. Father, I think we should skip that lesson today. This is the Imperial Black Iron token. Where did you get it? My dealings with Magistrate Du were proper. Her Majesty knows about it too. When I offered my plan yesterday, Her Majesty appreciated it and gave me this black iron token. Her Majesty specifically said, I'm a subject of great Qian and can't be beaten. I'd heard your boy is a ruthless schemer who puts himself first. seeing him today. The rumors are true. That brat. He even planned ahead to avoid a beating. He is cautious indeed. All right, enough small talk. I called you all here today to discuss military strategy. Though Her Majesty is a woman, her ambition surpasses the late emperor's. Military formations concern Great Qian soldiers' lives. Do not be lax. Great Chu borders Great Qian. I've heard. The Chu emperor has pushed bold reforms in recent years. His ambitions are vast. Today, let's discuss. If Great Qian marched on Great Chu, how to take its cities and conquer it at the least cost. Great Chu is vast and sparsely populated. Its city walls stand strong. Since ancient times, sieges have always been the toughest nut to crack. Other than brute force, what else can we do? You old bastard. Why are you talking nonsense here? We're discussing how to reduce casualties. Why are you spouting nonsense? You old bastard. Then tell us. Let this old man learn something. I have horses at my estate. Why don't you go settle this outside? Or fight to the death, then come back and talk properly. I think we can only improve our siege weapons. Like firing catapults into the city. Send a few more volleys. Then dig some tunnels. Catch them off guard. Catapults are hard to transport. And terribly inaccurate. Great CHUS walls are high. It won't work. As for tunnels, digging from far away takes too long. Dig from nearby. And CHUS generals aren't fools. What if they find the exit? Then we'd be walking into a trap. Then we can only attack head-on. But a frontal assault means heavy losses. If we're still discussing a frontal assault, what's the point of sitting here? You brat. We're discussing military strategy. What are you doing here? You're clearly taking it out on me. You're always full of tricks. And you ate lychees in public. If you can't explain yourself, you'll answer to this old man. Grandpa, you have to judge fairly for me. Yang, tell us what you think. If it's no good, you'll meet the donkey stable's granddaughter tomorrow and marry her another day. You've struck it lucky, brat. Meet my granddaughter once, and you'll forget that song girl. Grandpa, you can't do this. Without love, how can there be happiness? How many lovers in this world end up together? I just want another great-grandson. Those old foxes are ganging up to trap me, but I have no choice but to take the bait. What if I really have to marry that female Zhang Fei? My life's over. Actually, I know a little about military strategy too. Let's hear it. The best warfare is to attack plans. Next, attack alliances. Next, attack armies. The worst is attacking cities. Siege warfare is a last resort. These few short lines are the essence of military strategy. That spoiled brat from the Duke of Dingo's estate really knows military strategy. Good lad, this old man misjudged you. You really do know military strategy. Tell us how to take a city with fewer losses and quickly conquer Great CEU. First, when the two armies face off, we hide our true strength. Send a few men to curse beneath the walls. Say the nastiest things possible. Insult the commander's mother and wife. Then curse his ancestors. Curse the CHU emperor's ancestors too. Lure him out to chase us. Then, at the key moment, a force strikes from the flank. Crush them. Then charge into the city. Verbal provocation could work. But too many generals have used it over the past century. Few have succeeded. These days, no city commander is a fool. Kid, the impression you give this old man is a gold-rimmed chamber pot. If you hadn't said that thing about attacking plans, this old man might think more highly of you. But after hearing that, paired with this plan, I'm very disappointed. Gentlemen, don't rush. This only works on ordinary commanders. It's hardly a brilliant plan, but I have another plan. Uncle Fu, bring me some rice. Kid, what are you doing? Suppose this table is Great CHUS territory. This pile of rice represents the city's great Qin will attack. There must be many villages and small towns around them. I've used fewer rice grains. The rice grains represent them. This rice grain deployment is clear and intuitive. Who did this brat learn from? He really knows how to hide it. Brat, quit stalling. What do you plan to do? If attacking a city is my last resort, I'd first go after these villages and small towns. Fighting these villages and small towns would cost few soldiers. But what's the point of taking them? These villagers can't even fight a chicken. Why kill them? Who said taking these villages and small towns is to kill them? I'll drive CHUS people in one direction. That direction is the large city I plan to attack. While fleeing for their lives, they'll instinctively run to the big city. Then the city commander will face a choice: let them into the city or not. Our army isn't besieging the city. Most commanders will feel pity. But once they open the gates, it becomes a disaster. The city's grain stores are fixed. As long as we cut off its supplies, the city will quickly collapse. Brilliant. Use CHUS people to consume the city's food. Once the food is gone, the city falls without a fight. But what if the commander is ruthless and won't give the people food? Give them food and supplies run out fast. Don't, and riots will erupt. When people can't bear hunger anymore, they'll loot and kill. If the commander suppresses them by force, turning his blade on his own people, the city will panic. If he doesn't suppress them, amid the riots, the city will panic even more. And that's our chance. Better yet, before that, take a few small towns that resist fiercely. Massacre everyone in them. Let our brutal reputation spread first. When the city is in chaos, announce, surrender and live. Resist and the city is slaughtered. That fear will spread through the whole city. With everyone panicking, the city will surely fall. This plan is far too vicious. How is this military strategy? It's truly a plan to break hearts and minds. But isn't massacring a city too cruel? The business world's living Yama. The court's living Yama. Now this brat seems set to become the battlefield's living Yama. Grandpa Qin. Kindness to the enemy on the battlefield is cruelty to our own army. To take this city quickly, or even conquer a nation, without a fearsome name, how can they fear us? But what if the commander won't fall for it and refuses to open the gates? Our army doesn't kill CHUS people. We drive them away. But CHUS commander shuts his own people out. The people of great CHU will lose heart. We'll sow discord among them, then promise them great rewards. The first to scale the wall and seize the flag will be promoted 3 ranks, become a citizen of great Qin, and enjoy wealth and glory. Someone will surely be tempted. Then CHUS people can serve as our vanguard, charging the walls against CHUS soldiers. Great CHU abandon them. Fight, and they still have a chance. Don't fight? That's fine too. Our army is behind them. We can use them as cannon fodder to use up the city's arrows and falling logs, greatly reducing our losses. My great tongue. Father King, how far can those eyes of yours see?